perfectly fine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kusogrande Live at SGDQ 2026. We are starting off our first match. I am your host, Grey Googlich, and I'm joined here by the one and only Mr. T.
Hey, hello everyone. I hope you're having a good morning today. Hope you're going for some trash.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be so much fun. All right, so, let's, our two competitors up there right now are IR Cheesecake 82 and Jamich. And they will be what are they going to be playing for us today?
They're going to be playing Seed of Valleys for Sega Genesis, which is it's an experience of a game because it's a remake of Valleys 2 in SD form, so chibi.
Chibi Valleys. Going to be absolutely amazing. So I think we are pretty much good to go. So you want to give us a countdown then?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh yeah, we should definitely
reset,
have a reset if you. Yeah. What's the reset? Oh, that's a good question.
I want to say Control R.
Control R? Give that a shot? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so we've got everything reset. We should be good to go then.
So you guys head over to the start screen.
Oh, this looks amazing.
Press the start button. Okay. Let's count down then. 3, 2, 1. Valleys.
Oh! All right, our first match is off, and is this just a recreation of the first game?
It's a recreation of the second game.
Oh,
it functions
okay.
the same way. You're going your Valleys, except for some reason in this game the manual tells you Yuko. But yeah, the manual, there's certain differences. But the game itself, you are Valleys, you traverse through a reality world, you got the dream world, and then the castle worlds. So you're just Valleys, you're being called out, some monster that I think it was from the first game, but you confuse it by an enemy comes from the first game, but it's from the second game. So you now have to do something about it because it's going to conquer the entire realms. So yeah, the basic game, it's pretty basic. The game, your Valleys, you have your sword attack, you have your double jump, and just the cheese you have for the first boss. It's a good thing that they got it because sometimes if you go down, like the enemies can get pretty aggressive, and you get your first suit, the China dress, and the first weapon.
Very cool, very cool. So there's a whole bunch of different armors, different weapons. For those of you who aren't familiar, these were originally PC Engine games. They were never brought to the US, and they are really, the PC Engine games are fantastic games, but this one seems like it's got its own special kind of nonsense to it, as it were.
Yeah, I think we will start to see very soon because, well, our players are doing good so far. I don't have any complaints there.
Oh yeah.
It is expected. The Kusogrande players tend to be on the good end sometimes. But basically, you get to attack your enemies, and you need to watch out because depending on the armor that you have, some enemies will really crush you. And if you sometimes decide to just go through, it might be a good option, but eventually you'll find it's not a good option. And there's also the fact that some enemies can give you a refill each boss that you defeat at the end of the act. And well, there's no life lost, and you have to start over. The good thing is that good fortune is that you get your suit back from the part of the act, so you don't lose everything by the stage.
Oh, that's excellent. I know in the original Valleys game, if you lost a life, you would lose your weapon, and then that would just, that could really, really mess up a run, make things a lot harder.
The one thing that I need to call out, though, is that you get 3 lives, no continues, and game over.
Oh, no.
So,
no continues, always fun.
You get a life every 10,000 points, so it'll be interesting to see if they manage to rack up those amounts of points because they will need lives for later.
So that's also another motivation to not necessarily just bulldoze your way through everything and not kill enemies.
Okay.
Aha! Always with the strategies. Yeah, we find, you mentioned earlier that a lot of people who run Kuso games tend to be pretty good at playing games in general. And I mean, I found that to be the most important thing when talking about Kusogrande players is them just having the capacity to learn games very quickly and figure out, maybe if it's cheese strats or figure out little mechanics here that aren't outwardly obvious. It's always a good attribute to have in these kinds of games.
Now, here comes the first roadblock, which is this boss, which, well, yes, you've noticed some bosses, they only have a certain place as their hitbox. So you have to hit it specifically, otherwise they won't die.
Oh no, so it looks like it might be doing damage, but it's just not.
Yeah, this does damage. This weapon is good, but for this boss, you need at least 2 shots for them to land a blow.
Oh, so you gotta do like a rapid fire double shot. Aha.
You don't have a rapid fire double shot. The shots are not really fast, so you have to time them.
So, so it's like do one going up and then one going down?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That is rough. I mean, is it possible to get close enough to do like from shots from underneath?
Yes, you can do it underneath, but you got to watch for the toes because those will hit you.
Yep. Yeah, this is brutal.
And the other thing that I found, well, like you have a double jump, and you can rack up, you can shoot between jumps.
Oh, okay. So if you jump and shoot and then jump and shoot, yeah, that makes sense.
It's well, the series is always 80s, but this game was released in 1982, if I recall correctly.
So it's got a bit of time after it, yeah. So it's one of those where it was a late addition to an already existing franchise. We see that happen a lot with these kind of games where it's just like the original developers aren't really as involved as they could be, the property isn't really represented the way we want it, or the mechanics are just weird and wrong.
The one thing that I found out to defeat this boss and not get hit by the hand is you can crouch, which I don't think our players have done yet.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, you think about like in a lot of games, there's crouch mechanics, but typically avoiding bosses by crouching is not always the easiest thing.
Yep. And you also notice that we also have a bomb.
Oh.
Which is one of the items. They don't work on bosses.
Oh, so I'm assuming it's like a screen clear kind of thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
It just works on the regular stages, but not on the bosses, so you can't make use of them here. You need to rely on your shots, depending on the suit that you have on.
So does the regular suit do enough damage to break through that, or is it just completely ineffective?
It's ineffective against this boss. This shot is the best one you have at this stage of the game. So by each, you get a new suit each act. So it's not like you can make use of it yet. But I think we see damage.
Damage is making progress. I mean, we almost have Cheesecake clearing it as well.
Really good progress as well. They figured out that. The one thing that I did notice is that if you get closer to the enemy to shoot it from the air, you can rack up 2 shots. It's kind of the risky strat, but we see Cheesecake making progress. Nice.
There we go. Cheesecake is moving on to the next area.
And Jamich is close as well.
Yeah, this is a very tight race so far. I mean, we typically see a lot of these early matches. The time
Jamich does it again. So now we're in the dream world. We got our new suit, the new arm. And we see our first boss, which is the Necrodapto. I like it. The design of the bosses is so goofy.
He's got such little guy energy. Look at that. That face. That cheeky face, like he knows he's done something wrong, but he doesn't care.
So the good thing is that this boss can be defeated easily with a couple of shots. The bad thing is that, you need to get the hitbox, which is its head.
So it's like very specific hitbox, even though it's not like the worst pattern. It's
but the good thing is that once you defeat it, you get a refill. When you defeat each boss, you get a refill. With refill, you can progress. Now, here comes the couple of things that are roadblocks.
It's like a balloon?
You get the balloons, you get... Well, that's the good thing. You have spikes, you have... enemies in the way, and the enemies multiply. Oh, good use of the bombs. Fortunately, you died.
That is incredible. Like, what if we put this giant balloon in the way? What if it splits into a bunch of different balloons?
More balloons.
More balloons and more balloons.
You can start over.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that this isn't an insta-kill spike pit.
Yeah, that's the other thing that, the pits there just bounce you back. You get a little some health, but...
Seems like it also accepts iframes for bounce back too, which is great.
Yeah.
Very cool. And it looks like we're about to get a boss clear on Cheesecake's side. There we go. Oh, they have to re-clear it each time.
Yep.
Oh, that is...
to start over each time you lose on this stage, which is a pain.
I just love his energy, his little guy energy with his swords. It's like, I'm a big, strong guy and I can fight with swords.
I love it as well.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, Jamit found the strategy to get it.
You dropped the bomb for something. I don't know what.
So in this section, you need to be careful with your shots, and this is one of the things that I think this game has. Is that the scrolling sucks. The scrolling is so far to the right that you need to take care of what you do. And I found when I playtested this, I found myself going back in order to kill these little guys because I wouldn't be able to go through this if I didn't do it with much more care. So you need to not rush it.
It's like heavy control of the screen scroll, and like that you see that in a lot of games. We see it in good games too. Like Mario has that, where if you're talking about SMW, screen scroll is important for certain things. You can trigger stuff early, but in this case, it's just so far to the right that it's and it's just
It's gone.
It's just
Stall
can't.
locked.
Oh, that's just a terrible place to be. And that is it there.
You know,
Oh.
this is that portion of the stage. It's a good place to use the bombs because I think you get one later in the stage, which you can use later. So there is some item management that needs to be done.
So can you pick up multiple bombs, or is it just
Yes.
Okay, so you can have like a couple in the bank
Yes.
and have them ready for later, which is usually a good thing to do, especially if you're talking like games where there's a lot of enemies. And this very clearly has decided there's just going to be balloons forever.
Yep.
It's that face.
They're waiting for the platform because you notice that this is when you notice that the jump isn't that good because it's floaty. You get a floaty jump, and if you can time it correctly, you're going to get on the spikes.
Oh yeah, it's got that like extra bit of momentum that nobody wants.
Yep. You got the double jump, but you also I don't think it's any better sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like you can do a little bit of correction, but it seems like with their momentum carry that it's almost like they're jumping with ice.
Okay, they made it through, but they died.
Oh yeah, there's just so much damage that goes out so quickly too.
And they're on the last life.
So we
they are close to getting an extra life because of 93,000 points. But
yeah.
Jamich got an extra life because of going over 10,000. So that's a good thing.
Is it every 10,000 or just the first 10,000?
No, every 10,000.
Okay, so that's how they cope with the idea of not having it continue. Is you get good enough to get extra lives.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
The one thing is that you don't get respawns on enemies so much until later in the stage, where you can also get extra lives.
Okay, so you can farm some a little bit there.
So it's a good thing to be conservative with your lives at this stage of the game until later, where you can rack up those lives, which can be greatly necessary.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I mean, further in you get, you're going to definitely want to have that cushion. There's a whole bunch of games with that kind of mechanic where it's like, if you can just build up that stable of lives, you can learn a little bit more. And that's, I think, one of the other key things about Kusogrande games. We talked about learning earlier, being quick to learn things. Taking time and spending time to learn a few things about the game can get you so much further than running as fast as possible. There are a couple of games that I've handed out in the past where I was like, just sit and read the dialogues. If you jam through the dialogues, you're not going to be able to win.
Yeah, not in this game. In this case, the game is pretty straightforward. The story is just you're a princess, you're a grad student, who's also a princess, the Valis, as they call it. And, well, you need to take over evil. That's it.
Yeah, remember the PC Engine games also had like full rendered cutscenes and anime stuff. It's really pretty cool. This is certainly an interpretation of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, PC Engine as a whole is just such an interesting console. There's a lot of really interesting things that came out for it that just never really got their due because it was the PC Engine. But yeah, with this game, it looks like it's the best that the Genesis has to offer in a lot of senses. I mean, the graphics do look quite good. The engine itself doesn't look like it plays terribly. It just doesn't look like it's it's super enjoyable to jump
I
into.
think one of the drawbacks is firstly the controls, and then, well, some of the layouts of the stages. And we got another game over from Jamich. But we see RNGSK making a little further in the stage because they're close to, I think it's the second boss.
Yeah, so right now,
and you get a level 2 refill, next to life, and you have this enemy.
all of these enemies are adorable. They're just little guys. Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
Is that a...
Concurrently? No.
That's small from the beginning. Oh, that's
once I get here.
mean. So mean. But yeah, so at this point now, IR Cheesecake is in the lead, pretty firmly.
Yep.
But we will see where this goes. We still got a bunch of time left on this run.
Yep.
Should probably take a moment to plug our prizes once more, which I have with me here. the most important thing, the winners of the tournament will be leaving with one of 2 games. The winner gets to choose which one they want, and the second place person gets to pick the other one. And that would be a boxed copy of Bubsy and a copy of Arrow the Acrobat, both complete in box. The Bubsy actually has the original poster in it as well, and some handwritten notes.
That's a lot of value.
So good, exactly. You've got handwritten codes by some child that wasted their time playing that game. I'm sure someone loved that game very dearly. But yeah, it's that is what we're giving out for the winner. So as the tournament goes on, we will see who gets closer to taking those home. And then once they're done, they're gone. They're no longer my problem. Yeah, so
I don't know. I think it's a good problem to have.
It's yeah, absolutely.
I know there are people who enjoy Bubsy, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have Author Blues in this tournament.
Yeah.
He's the noted Bubsy enjoyer, Author Blues. But yeah, I've actually recently acquired a couple of different gems, complete in box. They're not the easiest things to find, but some of them are just so good. There are things that might be run later in this tournament, so I'm not gonna spoil them. Yeah, so we're seeing Jamich get back to where it was the last time. Hopefully, that was the death on that boss again. I mean, it happens. I mean, Act 2 for Stage 1 seems like it's got a pretty straightforward path, but also that boss seems a little annoying, just a bit.
Got the health refill. Got this flower. Most close to the boss. See, it's very easy to fall on those pits with this control, with the floaty jumps.
Oh yeah, and if those were instant death pits, this would be a much worse segment.
No, I think in the original Ballast, those are death pits.
Yep.
But the original Ballast 2 doesn't control this.
Yeah, the original Valis was a lot less forgiving in a lot of ways. Your health is a lot more sparse, and your weapons go away when you die. You end up in sort of a situation where you're just constantly, just look at this guy. Okay, I know I keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying that, but look at this frog boy with his little like face that's punchy. I can do it. Oh.
Yeah, destroys you. If you're gonna go with full health and find a way to beat it, I think that there's a pattern you have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
But once they figure out you're all there, they will just go all over the place.
Oh
It's impossible.
I will say too, like even the big boss here has a kind of face like that mischievous kind of cute face. It's adorable.
Even the big bosses look like chibi themselves.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's excellent. I mean, the super deformed style is not for everybody, and obviously it's not a thing that there's always a lot of split in communities over whether or not that's a really good thing or a bad thing. But in all honesty, I really like the way this looks. I'm sure if I were playing it, I would feel very differently about it. But I think it's fantastic. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah. I got the story I got from the manual because it has a little comic book pages where it tells the story of Yuko. Like I said, Yuko, also an ordinary grammar school student, but she's also the Valis. I defeated King Ruggles from the first game of the Dark World with the sword which has been given to me by Queen Valia, but my friend Reiko died in the process. I went home by train after the fight. Everybody stared at me with the sword. She was carrying a sword.
She's carrying a sword on a train. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yuko hasn't the slightest idea she will be summoned to fight again. Good night. Good morning, Yuko. Good morning. She's in there with the sword, nonchalantly going to school. And say, "Whoa, my favorite clothing lunch for today, Yuko. What voice is it, Reiko?" And she gets called out by Reiko. "Why, Reiko is dead, isn't she? Go and see Queen Valia, Yuko." "But I haven't finished my pudding." "Forget about the pudding. Valia now, Yuko. I don't want to, but." And she gets transformed into Valis.
I'm getting real big Usagi from Sailor Moon vibes off of this character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get some of that.
For my pudding. What the pudding?
Who is Megas, Yuko's new enemy? I wish I had that pudding. She's still angry that she finished the pudding. Now the new villain for Yuko has begun, and this is where we go into this situation.
It is fantastic. And you know what I can say? Carrying a sword on a train, that is a great way to make sure the quiet car stays quiet. No one's going to challenge you if you're in the quiet car with a sword.
I imagine that's how most players feel.
Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, so we're seeing that Jamich is already back in stage 2, which is great.
Yeah, damage makes quick progress. So
Quick progress.
This is the things that you have with this type of games. Even if you game over fast, after some learning, you get better.
Oh, absolutely. And we're seeing saved lives too. Like
you
there hasn't been any deaths so far.
But you see the same struggles with this stage, which
Oh yeah.
kind of brutal for a second stage.
Yeah, those balloons are just they're just relentless, and they just slowly lumber at you in the most menacing way I've ever seen a balloon move. I've never been menaced by a balloon before, but clearly that's what's happening.
Balloons can be deadly, yo.
Oh yeah. Make sure you have an appropriate fear of balloons that just slowly drift towards you. If you're in a hallway with one, just avoid it. It's fine.
I wish we could see the other strategy from the players for this first stage boss, where you stand below it and shoot. It's risky, but it's also a strategy that I've seen players do.
It seems like it'd be a solid strategy. If you've got the health, you can take the hits when he walks through. Like, that's super easy.
But the good thing is that, well, Cheesecake has also been conservative. They got 3 lives, 2 bombs.
Yeah, they still have enough points they can get another life pretty easily in this stage.
We see Jamich has been able to get another life in the points. So.
Yep. Then unfortunately lost it to the balloons.
Yeah,
but we'll see how that plays out.
Balloon practice, let's call it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is the real balloon fight, everybody. It's when they get to that small point and they get small enough they can get under you, but not like, oh, actually the jumping up and shooting down was a smart idea.
Yeah.
It's clever.
That works too. So this is something that they should take into consideration when using it.
Yeah, that balloon right there is the meanest. If there was a way to scroll the screen a little bit and get it to spawn in, that might make things a little easier, but you just kind of lost there. And now we're gonna see Jamich go in that without, you know, a decent amount of health, and that's gonna, even if you get to the boss with that little, and it's over. Spike Pit did the Spike Pit thing.
It's terrible. So a slight flash warning on those bombs, though. It's not too bad, but
yeah,
it's there.
Exactly. If you are photosensitive, those bombs are going to be a little bit hard with it. We got 30 minutes left in our match, though. So we will hopefully see a bit more progress out of these players. We still got some time.
I'd like to get them to Act 3, which is, well, it's really going to be another roadblock, but a different type of roadblock. I think this game has different ways with the level layouts that will prove to see what the developer had in mind for this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're talking about the original ones as well. The original Valis had some very large looping stages with spaces that were kind of like set up so you'd have to do a little bit of exploration, but it was generally straightforward. These seem pretty much like just cattle chute silos straight through for the moment.
So the series as Valis was developed by Telenet team in the late 80s, so they had several games in place, like we mentioned, those from the PC 98 and several others.
Mm-hmm.
This is one from the Sega Genesis, and I think there was another one. And then, much further in time, it turned into an erotic novella.
I kind of got vibes that it was going to have a little bit of that. It was already on the cusp with the first game. There were certain scenes that were just a little spicy. Yeah, it's a tiny bit spicy for moderate audiences. But I kind of figured it was going to go that way at some point.
Yeah, but you're not getting that in this game because this is a super deformed. You don't get that in super deformed games.
No, you just get adorable characters. Adorable characters. Little frogman guy.
Adorable characters in funny situations.
So we've got a fourth suit, a different weapon.
This is the one that gives you speed. So it is good if you want to go through the stage, but you will get a lot more damage.
So they're sacrificing damage for speed.
Okay, now we're at 2. Now we have to go up.
Ah, yes. I remember this.
That star is an invincibility star.
Oh, that's awesome.
You have to make good use and jump. Don't waste your time with any enemy jump ahead.
Oh yeah, this is like clearly just rush through it as fast as
because
fast
this
as
is a nightmare of enemies. I think
my goodness.
Oh no, okay.
So now it looks like and the balloon's catching up.
Yep.
Look at it, menacing.
Cheesecake did not notice that they have another shot, which is the homing shot.
Oh,
the homing shot is pretty useful. It doesn't do as much damage as the other shots, but it gives you, homing capabilities.
Yeah, when I saw the curly Q kind of logo for it, I thought, oh, this is going to be like fire from Contra. Like, why would I do that? And knowing it's a homing shot, that is incredibly useful. Oh, I see we crossed a barrier, I'm guessing that despawning is boss up here.
Yeah, despawn happened.
So
we see Jamich as well on stage 2. Now, here comes this enemy.
How bad is this boss? I'm assuming.
This is terrible. You also have
Oh, are you next match?
get you later.
Who's the GM for next match?
We have this enemy that
Good luck.
throws swords up front.
Good luck to you.
You got more swords, and the only hitbox available for this enemy is the face, I suspect. So you have to jump and shoot, and this enemy will throw everything at you in their way, and it hits you so bad.
Oh yeah, this looks like an absolute wall. Any enemy that's got like varied attack patterns and all of that, like deeply, large
So-
areas it hits. Yeah.
The shot can be useful in this situation, but it will take a long time to defeat, which might be, it's an approach. It's still an approach.
Yeah, it's
You can
something
see
that
if
could
Damage
work.
is able to work this out.
Oh, I see the homing shot isn't really that good against little
No.
balloons either. Oh,
So it gets stuck between the shots.
that's so mean. That's mean but amazing.
So yeah, we might have a lot of time here. This gets done, but you still have to avoid the damage from the shots.
Yeah, the sword seems like the pattern for that down raining thing is pretty.
If you're staying up to the right, you won't get hit by those shots.
Oh yeah. So does the wave actually work on this fight, or is it just the homing required for it?
I think the homing works better in this situation because the homing, the shots get there before the swords that fall from the sky. Because if you go with the other shots, the shots will just destroy the swords, the projectiles.
Oh yeah,
So you don't have much of a way to do this.
that makes
So
sense.
Cheesecake might have it at this rate, I think.
I mean, we've seen them catch back up, and we do have that. There's definitely that. The lead is in the balance, but it looks like Cheesecake got it.
Cheesecake got it. So on Act 3.
On to Act 3, everybody.
So this game has 5 acts. Doesn't mean because it's short, it's easy to accomplish. But I've seen people accomplish it in 2 hours. So,
Oh yeah, and they're,
and the good thing is Cheesecake has enough lives as well. So this is good progress overall.
oh absolutely, and I mean, it's one of those things where it's not unheard of for us to see a clear happen on the live
but,
stage.
but enemies will get worse as we progress, of course.
Yeah, I imagine like
So-
once we start going through these later
It
acts,
takes
we're gonna see.
5 hits of the homing projectile to get on any of these small bosses. And you got the turtles.
Oh, look at that turtle guy! Look at that guy!
So the homing projectile isn't very effective here.
So I see a level next to the weapon. Is there a way to raise that level within stages?
No.
Okay, it's just.
I honestly have not found a way to level up those weapons. So I think there's a way, but it's just there.
Yeah, and it was a holdover from the original games because, like, version 1 of any weapon was terrible, and then once you got 2 or 3, it would get substantially better.
Okay.
But like,
Damage has found almost a way, but it's still getting damage. Not that many damage though, but
Yeah.
using a different suit.
that's looking really good, actually.
You see, this is what happens when you get players who are experienced.
Oh yeah, we've got people
They
with
are back.
lots of experience with Kuso games or
Okay,
gaming.
I love the dragon on Cheesecake's end.
Oh
Because
my
if
goodness!
you gotta be careful because it hits you and he. Oh, he gets it, and he gets a
Heck
speed
yeah, speed's required. So
the
that-
3-way beam. This is the best weapon because it's a 3-way beam, and it also deals a lot of damage.
So it's basically the same paradigm as every other game where once you get spread fire, you don't really change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spread fire is the best now.
Spread fire seems like it's always the strongest choice there. Oh yeah, look at that. The fast-moving projectiles, lots of spread. That sounds fantastic.
Oh, it's the
that's-
platform. You gotta wait for it.
Ah yes. Who doesn't love just waiting for platforms?
But I'm glad we see both players on stage 3, Act 3 now.
Yeah, they're really pushing through it. I'm really happy to see we've got a lot of progress out of both players, and they're keeping it a really close race, which is good.
Exactly.
So look, this is dragon over here. I mean, we know it's a dragon, but it's definitely got a beak. Makes me think kind of like a cockatrice kind of thing. It's doing something like that, but like the snake body. I don't even know how to describe that. Chicken dragon. Rooster
Okay.
serpent.
They got it. Excellent.
All right, so they are. We now have Jamich caught up. He's basically
He's in the
right
lead,
behind.
but it's not much of a lead yet.
Yeah, and they are almost neck and neck at this point. Looks like Jamich is going to opt to stick with the homing shot.
That's a choice that I'm not sure if it's going to work, but they will figure it out. That's an extra life that Jamich got, so this is one of the places where you can rack up 2 lives across the level. There's one much later in the stage, and this is a good way to stock up on lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the final enemies, they're not that easy.
Yeah, we're
and
most likely
especially
to
if
see
you
that
want to
before.
stick with the homing shot, you won't get far.
Yeah,
but before you get to the homing shot, there's another boss I hope we get to see.
Oh,
it's
it's
also
good.
amazing. It's also cute, but amazing in its own way.
Oh yeah, so like, it looks like they're gonna hit a wall at some point where it's just like we're seeing it right now with Jamich, where that homing shot is just taking so long to do any real damage.
So now this is his Castle Vanity. This stage is called Castle Vanity, which is one of the previous stages before reaching to the final stage, which is Megas Territorious. It's called by the manual. So we got 3 stages, which is where Valis works is Reality, the Dream World, and Castle Vanity. And then we get to the Megas Territory, which is final bosses.
Yeah, we're very clearly like approaching near the end of the castle at this
Yeah, the one thing that worries me now is that Cheesecake has 1 life. Okay, he got the energy refill.
point. That was close.
The
That's
game
very
is mean,
close.
but also gives you. Now this is the.
Is it a tank? It's like a city tank.
The manual calls it. The middle boss is shaped like a ship. What is his secret?
What is his secret, everybody? We need to know what his secret is.
I love it.
That is
I love
absolutely
it.
incredible. I love that so much.
You go down. There we go.
Yeah, Jamich seems very, very intent on keeping that homing shot. And I can understand why. It was very useful in the last few stages, but really it's very clear the spread's just going to be better all around. Oh, look at that.
And
Yeah,
this
so
is the boss, the Gaius, the Blue Rhino. He has a strong mechanical body.
he looks straight out of Mega Man. Like
Yep.
he's got like Wily 3rd or 4th boss energy.
And look at the damage on those missiles, too.
Oh my goodness.
Energy bars out.
Okay, belly worm. That's a thing. Oh my, that is so much damage.
It hits like a truck.
And I guess you can duck. Oh,
Nice ducking.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
there we go.
1 life lost there, and that's starting over the entire
They will
stage,
get
right?
it. They will get it. I think.
Oh, it's just starting at the boss,
maybe.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Act 3 is always the boss.
Okay. And just immediately drops you straight back in. Always good.
Yeah.
Look at that tank, though. Like, what is?
I think it'd be ideal for Jamich to switch weapons.
Yeah, I think.
But they're doing it. Okay, yeah.
I think it happens to everybody at some point when they're doing any kind of Kuso, where it's just like you want to stick with the thing you know is good, because if you think if you change, you might really just mess yourself up. Especially in a game where there are no continues. So the slow and safe approach sometimes feels like the right approach.
And they get it. So turn up the boss as well now. You have to be watchful of the health of the bosses now. Both players are at the same part. One of the determinations that we agreed upon is who made to the boss first and how much damage they dealt to the boss first.
Yep. Absolutely, yeah. That is how we typically do a lot of these sorts of measurements. Is basically who gets there first and how far in did they get. And with boss fights, the health is usually the best indicator. I have lost matches by percentage health points.
I have lost matches to pixels.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was one of the Kuso matches I was in. It was Adamantium Rage. Lost by 2% on a boss fight, which is just such a mean thing. You're right there, and then it's just gone. Oh, it looks like Jamich has finally switched weapons.
Yeah.
He's more interested in trying to do the spread shot, but doesn't feel like it's being as effective.
No. And you can hit those missiles as well. You need to dodge them.
It looks like Jamich is trying to.
Okay, damage.
I mean, I know what I would try, and I know it's probably wouldn't be effective.
Cheesecake has found a way to use the spread shot.
It seems like Cheesecake's really dialed in on this boss fight. Cheesecake's also had a couple of attempts on it, which is good. Like I said, the multiple suits of armor is really cool. A really cool idea for these kinds of games. In a lot of cases, it's usually just weapons or just armor. In this case, it's both. And yeah, it looks like avoiding as many missiles as possible. Like, you're not going to avoid that first one, but like, if you take that and just run, you should be fine. But I think we might have...
has it.
Yep. We got a boss kill! On to the next stage.
Megas territory. Which is the penultimate place before the ending.
Oh, this is great. Oh, that slime.
Slime little guy.
That slime guy. Little slime guy.
Like
Sorry, no, I'm just like taken aback by how adorable these things are.
Yeah, they're really good. I love that spider that looks like a bee.
It's just like a hornet spider.
It's a bee pattern. Yeah, bee pattern.
That's awesome. So cool. But look, it's the eyes. It's the eyes on those slime. They're just like
googly eyes.
They're just
almost
like,
googly eyes.
This is so close to being just like, you can tell there's some. It's like when you look at a cat and you know that they're thinking things, but it's not anything deep or complicated. It's just like they're just there. They're just vibing. It's like a dragonfly thingy, like a giant dragonfly.
Yep.
Interesting.
Damage is still trying to figure out what's the best approach for this boss.
All slime, no thought. 2
lives left versus 5 lives that Cheesecake has right now. And they got every sort of item right in this place.
I mean, at this point, I think it's safe to say there's a non-zero chance that we're going to see a clear out of Cheesecake for this run.
I think at this rate, it is possible. I need to see how they manage in the final bosses, because the bosses are not nice.
Oh yeah. So we'll see where it goes. We still got time to go. We still got things to do. And it looks like this guy is just gonna. Is that really the whole boss?
It's the stage mini boss.
The stage mini boss is. Oh, and then there's a worm thingy.
Yeah, and this is his second phase, which is very aggressive as it follows you all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Landing a shot on this one is.
Oh yeah.
No, but it won't make it. I think they will have to resort to the homing shot and just avoid it.
Oh yeah, the homing shot, immediately when you see something that's that aggressive, the homing shot seems like the thing to do.
Oh, the spider.
All right, we have 15 minutes left in this match, so if we're gonna see any big moves, they gotta happen soon. We see Cheesecake is still in the lead, still past this most recent boss. Died to the mini boss. There is still time for Jamich to catch up. But Jamich is being very aggressive right now, trying to figure out the best way to damage this boss. And I think it's a matter of if you pick the wrong weapon, sometimes it's just gonna set you up for failure.
There's a reason why there's so many weapons as well in this game.
Oh yeah, experimentation is always key with these sorts of things.
Yep.
If you can't get one shot to work, it's best to try a bunch of others.
The bad thing is that it doesn't have a continue. So if for these situations in a Kusogrande match, the experimentation needs to come fast.
Yep.
Or you're going to have to start over.
Oh yeah. Trying for the speed armor, which is a choice. And not a bad one at that. I'm trying to avoid those missiles. Yeah. If you just stand by the back and then as soon as those missiles fire, start moving forward, you can kind of. Even with the homing shot, this guy is mean.
Yeah, but if you run around, I think the speed armor might be a choice here in order to avoid it.
I think there's enough of a pattern where you can just do. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's Irish Cheesecake figuring out the pattern there.
Got it. Cheesecake also, well, they rack up a lot of life because they got points and the stage life.
Oh, but so close, so very close. Yeah, I think we're about to see an end to Jamich's run, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is a return to the start, and we will see if we see a lot of really fast play out of this player.
It is possible.
It's very possible in 15 minutes to get back there. It's just a matter of
you have to remember what's the best armor and gun to use, the sword.
Exactly, having that knowledge of what you should be using when can make a lot of these things go faster, and especially like running through things, taking damage boosts when you can. It's going to be absolutely pivotal to getting through some of this quickly.
And if we see Jamich also, I think Jamich might also be going for points, because if they're going after each enemy in stage, then there has to be a balance between what you want, what you care most at this rate in the match.
Yeah, if you're looking for just absolute direct progress, that's definitely what we should do, is avoiding doing a lot of enemy kills and just focusing on running through as fast as possible. China dressed in the wide beam.
7 lives now on my Cheesecake.
Cheesecake
It's like
is
every time they lose, they recover 2 lives, which is...
yes. Actually, we're into a very similar thing like that with Cave Cop the other day on stream. Learning about that, finding out there's places where you can farm lives. You just kind of should, and like this is a situation now where there are infinite attempts on this boss, and it's benefiting you actively to lose it, and that turns into a completely different thing.
These bosses just...
But I think we're gonna get a clear on the boss here without too much problem.
If they don't get any hits on them. Oh, and it takes you to...
Oh,
but
there we go.
Yep. And
That
the
is
level up on the weapon. Finally. That is one of the level ups I remember now.
Okay, so all the weapons are now level 2, so it does it all at once. Oh, that's great.
Look at the size of those bullets now.
Oh my god, that's so much better.
Yep.
I mean,
I feel that there's a level 3 as well, and this is a bit bigger.
I mean, yeah, there should be like, in the originals there was 3 for every weapon, and you had to like get specific combinations of things to get them. This is a much more simplified process. This feels like it was made for a, not necessarily a younger audience, but for a more relaxed, casual audience, which is good.
I feel like, yeah, that's the good approach.
Just
go for it.
Just go absolute ham and run as fast as you possibly can.
Don't bother with the enemies.
Yeah, it looks like Cheesecake is very
life.
quickly adapted to a lot of these strategies.
Even the scrolling.
Yeah, it's impressive to see. Like, this is what we tend to see out of high-level Kuso play, is someone who can learn the strategies quickly and adapt. And obviously there's going to be some struggle here and there, but this boss doesn't seem too bad. But we've seen the multi-phase thing happen a bunch, so I wouldn't be surprised if
and
after
the enemy's shooting as well. We can see it on stream, but it is shooting, and you're deflecting them, but you're not doing a lot of damage.
I mean,
look at the damage. You are getting damage. They're not getting damage.
This is definitely. Oh, that is not great. So this is such a weird. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. But look, the major benefit we get here is every time they die, we get to see more slimes.
Yep.
More of those adorable, adorable slimes. I might be slightly biased, but I might like slimes a little bit. But
I like how they're in that specific position and they try to move and like.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's like it's just the, oh, I don't want to go. Just the wiggle back and forth. Love it. No slime, no thoughts, all slime. Just perfect.
That's the idea.
That's great. Yeah, so we're gonna see another attempt at this. I mean, it seems like they're doing okay with this first phase. It's just
no. They're doing, but they're getting more damage than what
they were brute forcing it at first, and I think that they needed to.
Now in the second phase, but didn't have enough health.
Oh, if you kill him on that side, it looked like the little platform stayed with him.
Yeah.
I know when they were on the other side, it swapped places, so they were back and forth, which would obviously be the less ideal situation for that. But like this seems to me like the wave might be the way to go. Just doing the jump and the swing the wave. Larger hitbox, easier to hit them. Just staying in the air. But I think this looks like the pattern. I mean, there
we go.
They've got it pretty much figured out.
They
At
decided
this
to
point.
stop shooting the projectiles.
Yep. I mean, I can see the appeal of, like, if I can shoot up and take out the projectile every time, that makes sense, but it's just not really the thing that's going to happen.
Oh, that's just...
Oh, that is certainly a strategy.
It's okay.
This is almost working.
Almost?
Oh,
they're still getting damage.
Oh, they're
the
so
damage
close
race.
to
They will lose the
strat.
damage race.
It's an attempt. So close. So
I feel
close.
like most of the situations with these bosses, if you have enough energy on your weapon,
you can just brute force it.
Yeah, you can brute force it.
Absolutely, yeah. But there's a lot of.
I think
like
that's the situation with the earlier bosses, which kind of makes you the difference in the game. Like for the first bosses or the mini bosses, you can brute force them, but once you get into harder bosses, you need to plan a little better, as we've seen so far.
Oh yeah, and we see a lot of varied strategy in these games when it comes to any sort of thing. With this boss in particular, though, this feels like a one strategy solution kind of thing, where it's like you have to know exactly what you're doing and execute perfectly.
Exactly.
And like, there's that, you can try the damage race at the end if you've got enough leftover HP, but that is a big if. Okay, so now it's a matter of
Switching.
we're gonna see the damage race attempt again.
Okay. Oh, they might got it.
They might. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
It looks like they're pretty much on pace. Yeah, no, I think this is the winning
this is
strategy
it.
this
Yeah.
time. I think we've found the strat. It's a trade-off, but yeah, they're way ahead at this point. So another weapon level up.
Yep.
Let's go. Right, so that was the end of the second stage for Act 3.
No, this is the mini boss.
Oh, this is the mini boss. Oh.
So.
Oh no.
This isn't the boss. The boss comes later.
Oh no. That's awful. I mean, the mini bosses seem like they just. Oh yeah, that guy's got more details.
You should be honored to fight me. No, you are the one who has the honor to fight with me. You're still a little girl. Of this dialogue.
Ah, this guy's clearly got the spin to win strats.
Clearly.
Just a little bit.
I think this is even more straightforward than the previous boss, though. But
I'm getting kind of like Pillbug vibes off this guy.
Warlock Hyson, the Emperor's mega trusted counselor. This is why it looks so ominous.
Oh yeah. So he's like the right hand man to the bad guy. Yeah, that is.
They will get it. See,
straightforward.
this is the situation where you can brute force your enemy until you get to the second phase.
Oh no!
This is why you get baited by the game into thinking, okay, I can brute force this, but there's a second phase.
It looks like we're getting a little bit of. Yeah, it looks like we're in the same damage strat where they're trying to just outpace the damage coming in, and it doesn't necessarily seem like it's going to pay off at this point. It just seems like the whole thing's not doing enough damage to really kind of make up for that.
It's not enough damage, and it's not enough fast enough to get the damage done.
All right, so we have 5 minutes left in this round. I mean, there's got to be some giant moves if we're going to see any change at this point, but it looks like we're pretty firmly in place to see IR Cheesecake walk away with this. These bosses are just absolutely incredible, though. Like the fact is, there's a lot of effort being gone into learning these fights, but I don't necessarily know there's enough time for damage.
See the advantage now? Cheesecake is in level 3 of this weapon, and look at the damage that he got on the enemy.
Oh yeah, just absolutely burning through them so much faster. It seems like the weapon leveling.
The weapon leveling is stage-based. It's purely stage-based. So you get the better weapons and the better leveling up when you get progressed through the game. That's it.
Yeah, and like having it as a firm, like this is just, I mean, it doesn't help you earlier on then at all because you can't get them. So like with the original game, having level 3 was a huge advantage through any of the early stages. And now it's just like you expect to have level 3, so it's balanced around that. Which really means they could have just not included it at all and it still would have been fine.
Cheesecake's trying to figure out if any of the other weapons are worth enough. I think you need to figure out how that works in the fight because of the damage.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
So let's see if the second weapon we have any better luck. Just a little girl.
Yeah, the wave weapon gets a lot bigger too.
The problem is that the hitbox is still the head.
Still the head.
So, and the second weapon doesn't have size enough to reach the head. So you have to jump it, and if you jump, it's not really effective.
Yeah. So like, there's the ability to attack on the ground with this weapon, and I think that's kind of overriding the whole idea of like using the second weapon to do that.
Yeah. So Jamich progressing through the second stage boss. We won't see much from Jamich, but it's interesting to see the progress that they've made in this short amount of time. I think. Yeah, this is the type of game that once you get the gist of the weapon progress and the level layout, you can manage to complete it in very little time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's really like you can go through things a lot faster once you have that knowledge.
This is a weekend type of game. So when you rented it, you could finish it in a weekend.
Oh yeah, those are the best kind of games, in my opinion, from that era specifically. It's like you rent it, you beat it, you're good. There are ones, obviously, I played a lot when I was a kid that were you rent it and then you rent it and then you rent it and then you rent it several more times until you get halfway through and give up.
Yeah,
Look at you, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Developers were aware of the renting market, so they tried to squeeze it up.
Oh yeah, and famously, like the Disney games were all made much harder for the rental market.
Now we see Cheesecake once again to the stage. I think that they're going to have no problem with this stage now with the level 3 weapon.
Oh yeah.
We just need to see what's the better strat against this enemy. But see now with the powering, with the leveling, the amount of power that each weapon has now is even bigger.
Does that turtle come back, or is it just that in that one part of that one stage?
No, it doesn't come back as far as I remember.
There's just a turtle.
It's very silly for them to have it in just one portion of the stage.
Just one tiny turtle. Adorable. And by tiny, I mean gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think hopefully we'll see it clear on this boss, but I think we're running up just on time.
Yep.
That chicken snake is definitely a very weird, very odd.
I like the beak.
I like the move, the animation. It's like, I'm gonna get you. It's got that look about him like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. All right, there we go. Speed suit acquired again. A valiant effort to catch back up, but unfortunately just a little too slow.
Oh, this is, well, okay. Cheesecake got it in lesser time now with much more health, but there's still a lot of health in the first 2 seconds of this boss, the second phase now.
Yeah, it's still trying so hard to do that damage strat, and like you can see that the attack isn't doing enough damage to really warrant its use.
The good thing is that the damage, the weapon can handle some of the shots from the enemy, the laser shots.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
it's so dumb.
Yeah, it looks like there's sort of, if you get honestly the mashing speed, it seems like if you have a consistent mashing speed and you keep this up, this could go on forever like this.
Just no relaxing.
Yeah, it's just holding the button. That's delightful. That's delightful. All right, and that is time, everybody. All right, so our winner for this round is IR Cheesecake 82. If our contestants will either come on down.
Wow, what do you think of this game?
That game, I know I want to try it now. I want to try it just to see how it feels. But honestly, it looks like it's a fun game all around, even for its shortcomings.
Well, hope everyone likes it. Hope the players like it as well.
Absolutely. We'll be back momentarily with our next match. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our next match of Kusogrande Live. Up next, I am not Electa. I am the GM for this match, and I have with me a special guest commentator of Alta Blues.
Hi. I was told I was brought here because it was a treat to have a speedrunner for this game, but
Yeah.
it's more of a treat that this game even has a speedrunner.
It is. So we are going to be playing Pairs and Grey Witch.
I won't be.
Althea has played it 1 or 2 times, I think.
Too
a couple
much.
Times. Yeah. So yeah, we'll jump right in it.
Yeah,
If players
let's
wanna,
let them get going because they've got a long road ahead of them.
if players want to put their headphones on and you can just press start and start.
Yeah, so this game's a little hard to explain. It's a bit of a fever dream. The basic premise is that you are a guy who exists here in some sort of liminal space. Your name is Pears, and that is Grey Witch. She is here to chastise you for not appreciating your life enough. The dialogue is really important, but I imagine they're probably going to skip through it. she's rather harsh, but she wants to teach Paris to enjoy his life. And the lessons are all going to revolve around collecting fruit.
Yes, she's going to fix you by making you collect lots of fruit. So this game is a Steam game that is not particularly well put together. We are actually running a mod here that fixes a soft lock, reduces the goal in one level from 100 to 10, because otherwise that level would take 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a bit of history for this game. So, this game was brought to my attention by Kusogrande enjoyer, the great Gildersneeze, who found this through, a long history of going through the worst that Steam has to offer, and had shared it with me because he did not believe that it was beatable. He had quit it, he gave up, and he said, I don't think this game can be beaten. And so I bought it, or he bought it for me, whichever the case may be, and I beat the level he was stuck on, but then I ran into a level and I said, okay, maybe you're right, this can't be beaten. So he booted it up, beat that level, and we kind of went back and forth in this way where we would keep running into roadblocks until we eventually found a level that did not seem realistic to beat. They may not see all of the levels that I'm discussing here because for reasons that we'll talk about in a moment, but this game is very challenging just on the surface, right? So it's not even just that some levels feel unbeatable. Even simple things like you're watching our players right now walk down a path, and you might be thinking to yourself, why do you keep falling off the path? It's just like walk in a straight line. It's not that simple.
Yeah. Anytime you walk, you veer a little bit to the left, and if you run, you veer a lot to the left. And the jumping is also very wonky. That sends you a little bit to the side too. So just all of the movement feels off. There's not a lot of precision in the movement, although it does want you to be precise with the movement.
Yeah. So the technical explanation is that the game is always walking in whatever direction his hips are facing, and he has a real sachet to his movement. You can see that his hips really are all over the place, and so they are constantly fighting against the game, trying to sort of steer itself in one direction or another. And whatever direction his hips are facing when you jump, that's kind of the direction you're going to jump. Nothing about the very straightforward platforming in this game is actually straightforward.
And something that RF027 is running into is these fruits have not spawned yet because he has not talked to Gray. The fruits do not spawn until you talk to Gray.
Now, I have firm belief in our players that they are going to figure all of this out, and I do not think this is going to be the last level we see.
No, this will not be the last level we see. We're not gonna see it clear. I'm pretty confident in that. Even with the things I changed, even with the things the mod changed that shortens it a little bit, I think it's. I don't even think your speedrun was under an hour, was it? It's like an hour and a half.
My speedrun is under an hour.
Oh, did you get it under an hour? Okay.
But it is never going to happen again by them or me. Now, that being said, we should mention we are playing with a mod, as Nodelecta mentioned, that was made by Calimag. There are a few things in this game that can be broken for reasons that aren't even the player's fault. I mean, none of this is the player's fault, but there are things in this game that can be broken that Calimag built a mod in Unity to try to make this game possible. And in the process, Calimag gave first speedrun tools, shouldn't have, but did give some speedrun tools like some save state practice, and also gave some things that allow us to change some settings. There's one level that Nodelecta hinted at that has an objective where you have to do something 100 times. Nodelecta has kindly reduced that goal to just 10 times. It still isn't going to happen.
Yeah, it's still going to be real not fun if they get to that. Which they could. That is only level 8. I mean, this is only level 2, and we're already seeing, because of these, just how hard it is to steer pairs, that this is taking both of them a while to like get it down.
Now that being said, once they get past this level, they're going to make some pretty quick progress because this is a notable like bottleneck. This level, because of this being kind of your first time experiencing the nonsense this game is offering, and because of all these really narrow platforms, this one's tough to get past.
Yeah, they don't really do a lot of narrow platforms like this again for a couple like a good couple levels.
Right.
Like, a lot of the other levels have other things that make them ridiculous. Now, one thing I will mention, because you mentioned Calimag's, you were talking about Calimag and the mod. Now, the first thing Calimag did was actually not the mod for us, because the final level that both you and Gilder got stuck on in this was a level that finally someone completed, but had no idea how they completed it.
Right.
I could not consistently recreate beating it. Eventually, Calimag, through decompiling the code, figured out the secret to it. And if we get to it, we'll reveal that. But for now, we're not going to reveal that, just in case we actually get to it.
Okay, so we've got Korhawk leaving this level, and it looks like RFO27 is going to complete it as well, which is really impressive.
Yeah.
This is a bottleneck stage, so the fact that we're getting past this is great. And we move on to the next big mechanic of this game, which is teleporters that who knows how they work.
If they work, really.
When they work.
When they work.
Yep, those random rays of light are teleporters.
Yep. And now, I think on this one, they're somewhat sensible, kind of. Later teleporters become basically a door maze in the form of teleporters.
Yeah, that was one of the stages that we got stuck on, me and Gilder going back and forth with this game, was there was a stage that was a giant maze that, in addition to just being a giant obnoxious maze, also had teleporters in it, and we weren't convinced that it was spawning enough fruit to actually beat the level. It turns out it did, it was just...
Actually, I believe it does not on 1080p. I have them running 720 because it does not on 1080p, and 960 wasn't showing up right. So they're running on 720 because on 1080p it does not spawn the fruit.
I personally like that Korhawk has decided to read the text here, because my working theory right now is they are so stun-locked by how absurd this dialogue is that they're willing to lose the 1 minute it takes to really experience the Pears and Grey Witch.
Well, it does tell you what the goal is eventually.
It does. A lot of these dialogues can actually be helpful if it's not clear what the game is asking of you. And who knows what the game is asking of you.
And there are some stages like 8 where you're really going to want to know what to do. Like, you're really going to want to, on 8, you're going to want to know what to do, because you're going to see, on 8, you have to do a very specific thing, and if you don't do it multiple times in a row, and if you don't do it, it will reset your progress.
It can be confusing if you don't read the text.
If you don't read the text, it will be confusing.
This is the first stage that introduces the idea of random spawns. So our players may get totally different locations for where their fruit spawns. There's, I don't know how many locations that they can spawn, and there's 5 throughout the stage. But, you know, maybe something like 8 or 10 different locations.
I also forget, are the teleporters in this fixed, or are they random?
I don't think there's any randomized teleporters in this game.
Okay, this might have just been the level where it took a long while for us to map out where the teleporters went, because this is such a confusing mess of a level.
I'm also waiting for when our players discover my favorite feature this game has. I don't want to spoil it in case they can hear me.
It should probably come up in the next one.
Yeah, it's either this one or the next one. This game has one fascinating mechanic that once they uncover the secret, this is going to get interesting.
They shouldn't be able to hear you.
That's fine.
That's fine. I mean, we also don't need to spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it.
There's an audience here that doesn't need to be spoiled either. They get to find out the secret mechanic. I'm not convinced it's an intentional mechanic.
No, I don't think so either.
We'll get to that.
we're starting to get some hints of it anyway. So I think one of the things that's going to be tricky about this stage is that there may be a small disparity between where some of our players' fruit spawns. Some of the spawn locations require you to go up and down and navigate this nonsense maze of islands with bridges, and some of them are just very close to the beginning. So
The other thing we're starting to see here is the players get caught up on these trees when it looks like you're not caught up on the trees, but it turns out that the collision box for the trees is just a cylinder.
yeah, it's just a giant cylinder around the whole thing.
I think it also goes quite above it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it goes infinitely above it, but there's definitely stages where I've tried to go over trees before and discovered that that was not an option.
Yeah, there's just a lot of interesting choices if they were that.
The actual geometry here can be. Our players already seem to have the necessary caution in order to survive this game, because there's a lot of situations where it looks like, you know, this bridge is lined up with this island, so you should just be able to run off to it, and sometimes you just slip into the gap between them. And our players definitely seem to have figured out quickly that they should be a little bit cautious.
Or there'll be enough of a lip, and if there's a little bit of a lip and you have to jump, you need to be real careful, because you could easily over jump. You could go anywhere when you jump. Like, I think we saw it a lot on. I think we saw it a little bit on stage 2, where one of those has a lip, and you really have to angle yourself pretty deep so that there's enough platform in front of you for you to jump.
I think this is also the stage where Grey Witch starts to yell at you if you take too long. So you'll get like a pop-up text box like, "What are you doing?" Okay,
Oh,
there
it is. You timed it perfectly. Yeah, she basically tells you to hurry up, which is interesting because, like, you kidnapped me and brought me here. Like,
This one's on you, boss.
maybe you should have kidnapped and brought someone here that could collect your fruit for you faster. I don't know.
So both of our players have 4 here, and if I'm not mistaken, the stage only has 5.
Yes, they need to collect 5 here. And I do believe the stage. I believe most stages it's exactly the right amount, right?
Yeah.
Except for the one stage. No, well, a couple stages with spawners.
Yeah.
Except for a couple stages with spawners, they have the exact amount. And there are some stages later that have fruit spawners, but that gets into some interesting mechanics that we will definitely see on display here.
Yeah, I think we're very likely to run into some of the stages that me and Gilder gave up on back in the day. We won't see all the stages, but, you know, if you're curious about this game, it gets worse.
It gets a lot worse. I recommend not playing it, personally,
It
but
looks like RFO27 has spotted the final fruit, and it's far away.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, getting to all the fruit. Now, the one forgiving thing about this game is it doesn't really have, like, a time limit. You can take as long as you need to on these levels.
Yeah?
That doesn't help.
Nope.
They're still ridiculously hard, and any mistake that sends you off the platforms and into the void just makes you have to restart. So, Korhawk did get
Korhawk got the fifth
the
one,
fifth fruit.
got caught up on the lip of that bridge and said, you know what, I'm just going to back off and try again.
Take it slow,
Yep.
and you just have to take it slow. I think RF got
Yep.
Gray again complaining that they're taking too long.
Now, this stage does have teleporters. None of them are like, it'll teleport you over a pit. Oh, there is an extra one in this level.
I don't think there were. Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. An in-game achievement? How exciting.
Probably was aware of it and just forgot.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long and I.
Well, I don't claim to have ever known. And so none of these teleporters will just kill you or anything, but there's no real rhyme or reason, it feels like, to where they go. It's not like the teleporters just take you back to the beginning as a shortcut. Some of them are just nothing. It's just nonsense. It's
Also, on this level in particular, good luck figuring out where it took you. because
Yeah.
it's just a mess of
Yeah.
floating platforms. Like, which floating platform am I on? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, it's an island with trees on it that takes you to an island with trees on it. Well, maybe you can decide which island you're on based on the shape. Nope, they're all ovals.
Yep. And so we might see the mechanic you were hinting at coming up soon in the next level.
Yeah.
If they knew about it here, they'd be using it. Because I
Yeah.
know in the speed run,
Yeah, a little
it gets
bit.
used a lot. There is
I think
actually
Korhawk is very close to the end of the. I think right there, that teleporter takes you back to the island with Gray
yeah,
on
that
it.
teleporter at the bottom
Yeah.
is where they need to go.
I think it seems like Korhawk seems to have spotted the goal here.
Yeah.
So
And
I think they're on the right.
I think RF is close to it too, because I think that
Yeah.
next platform is the one to get down to it. It's hard; these platforms all look the same, but oh wait, is this? No, this isn't the one.
There we go.
Oh, yep, there we go on Korhawk. So, now if I'm not mistaken, I think Gray does hint at the mechanic.
Maybe I think there might
In
be a
this
point.
level?
I think there might be a point where she says something.
I think in this level, she hints. Oh no.
Maybe at the end of it or something.
I feel like at some point there is like a little like sly hint to the fact that there is like a better way to do this.
Right. Well, I do think that our players are determined to go forward, and I'm impressed that they continue to basically move through this game in lockstep. This is a very close race for a game that shouldn't be played and is being played well by both of our competitors.
Playing this game having never seen it before is hard.
It is.
Very hard.
Having played a lot of this game, I can tell you, playing this game after having played it before is also hard.
How many attempts do you think you had before having a successful run
A
at
few
all?
hundred, I don't know.
Okay, now we might see the mechanic
There we
here. Are they going to try? Okay, so that's the mechanic. You fall extremely slowly. This allows you to pretty much skip whole sections.
Yeah, there is there are levels where you can use this to really get around a lot of the challenge, but of course not without some cost, because there are levels where I guess the dev was aware of this and just like put weird kill planes here and there.
The previous level specifically,
Yeah.
I think,
It's like full
you
of
used
kill
it
planes.
well, it's full of kill planes, but I think there's also still a lot of places where you can get around. So I think it was a lot of practicing and using the mod's features, because this mod does have some. This mod does have some features to show the collision box and the kill planes. We have that disabled for them, so
Right.
they can't bring that up.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, it brings me no joy to tell you that this game does have speed tech, and it unfortunately is challenging to apply effectively for exactly that reason. You know, you do fall very slowly, but if you jump, it does sort of temporarily reintroduce gravity, so you can jump in order to fall faster.
There's also a like first-person look view, which
Oh, right.
makes you fall like a rock, right?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't discover that this game has a first-person view until having played it a few times, and I thought when discovering it, oh, this is going to make this game so much easier, because I can just like orient myself in some direction and just walk in that direction. Somehow, no.
Nope. The only thing it's useful for is the fact that it does let you drop. So
Yeah.
you can speed up the falling with it.
So we're about halfway through our time here, and genuinely, they've made more progress than I would have expected in this amount of time.
Yeah, they've definitely been making some good progress. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, this is level 5?
That sounds right.
And And now the one thing is with this level is with the slow falling, there is a very efficient way to do this level.
Yeah.
Which is you can go to the highest of the towers and just glide down to the other two.
Yeah, our players have kind of trained themselves correctly, mind you. They've trained themselves to avoid running too much, and the reason why they've trained themselves, you may be thinking to yourself, why would they not run? This is a race after all. And that's because his hips do swivel more when he's running, and that only makes it harder to steer yourself. But that being said, running while not falling very fast does allow you to basically move between the towers quite quickly.
Yeah.
So just like Nodelecta hinted at, the fastest strategy here is to climb to the tallest tower, grab the fruit off of it, and use that to run to each of the tops of the other towers.
You basically cannot run on some of these platforms though. Like there are some platforms that are just small, skinny enough to where if you run, you are falling off them.
Yeah, you can see the difference here. Korhawk is able to sort of maintain a clean line through the middle, and RF is running up each of these platforms, but is having to like really work to keep pairs on that platform. Constant adjusting left and right.
Yeah, definitely making like faster progress up the tower, but it's just so much. It's a little risky because you can very easily fall off.
Yeah, and that first-person-ish mode that Nodelecta mentioned does actually give you a bit of a straighter walk as well, but it's still not perfect. They haven't found it because they haven't hit the button you wouldn't think matters, so.
I also admittedly did forget to mention that button, but it's not needed, so.
And it's not useful in this context.
It's not.
You
It's
walk
really not.
slower. It doesn't really solve too many of your problems. And sure is funnier to watch them have to deal with the swivel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be a little useful to like drop straight down onto platforms, but I wouldn't have told them about that. So, if the chances of them figuring out that it lets you like just drop like a rock is unlikely. Which is one of the reasons why this game makes for a pretty good match. Is like there's a bunch of like little nuances to it that are just really unlikely for a player to figure out in a 50-minute match or even an hour match. Like in these 50-minute matches, especially, it's gonna take you some time to figure out some of the nuances, right? Like they could have been using this some in the last level, and it would have helped them a lot, but they didn't know about it, and there's no real reason they should have known about it.
Right. So how does it feel knowing, having assigned this game, that neither of these two people are ever going to be your friend after this?
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Okay.
If I had any,
She does mention it. I totally forgot. So you felt the funny gravity here.
Yeah, she mentions it after.
Yeah.
After you've already done the thing, it's like, okay.
So there's nothing, strictly speaking, difficult about this stage. It's just finding enough fruit, and they are at completely random spots. But these platforms aren't tricky in any particular way.
No.
It's just a little bit of an annoying stage because there's a million miles to walk between every possible spawn location. And because there's trees at the end of each platform, it obscures your ability to tell where they spawn. So as you might imagine, this is a really good level for a speedrun.
Yeah, this is basically RNG. Does it spawn in one of the closest spots?
Yeah.
Like, just go look and see if it spawns in one of them, and if it doesn't, I guess reset. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are in a position to care about your time in this game, first, talk to me. We can work through it. But also, yeah, this would be a big reset point because this is like the first place where RNG is going to make a pronounced difference.
I'm actually going to replace you first. First, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. First, don't purchase this game. Okay.
If you are a Kusoge enjoyer, and I know you're here because you are, this game is a real treat to experience, but do limit your exposure.
Not all of us are capable of putting up with what you're able to put up with, all the however many dozens of hours of this game you played.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, dozens of hours for a speedrun is literally no time at all. It was too long for this game.
Yeah. For this game, I think hours might be too long.
Yeah, you were mentioning before there was one level that we had encountered where, you know, aside from the fact that other levels we were struggling to figure out what the goal was or whether or not the level was working correctly, there was one level that both me and Gilder had encountered where at that point we basically gave up on the game and decided it definitely is just too broken to complete.
Yeah.
And the funny story there is it wasn't either of us, it was actually another streamer, Zindictive, who I think put like 12 hours of attempts into that level before the game finally gave way and worked correctly. I won't spoil for you what's going on in that level. We will certainly not be seeing it here.
Yeah.
But it was basically platforms that did not have hitboxes, and so you just fell through them. And for some reason, speaking of people who are capable of great suffering, Zindictive put 10 hours of attempts into it in order to just get it to work one time, and was the first person, at least that we were aware of, to beat the game.
Yep. And that was the thing I mentioned earlier, where eventually when Kalimag was working on the mod and looking into the code, figured out what the reason was, and it was an intentional mechanic that turns off the collision on a platform for a really dumb reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just some of the types of design choices that were like, that was clearly an intentional design
Yeah.
choice. Is the worst thing. Like some of these things, I'm like, okay, I'm assuming they just didn't know how. They just couldn't figure out how to program them to run straight.
Yeah, we had convinced ourselves that it was just like some error in programming, that like one of the hitboxes wasn't present sometimes or didn't load correctly. And it turned out to be a complicated but seemingly intentional decision that if you had pressed a certain button in a certain way at a certain point in the game, like that collision just wasn't there. I won't go into more detail. It's less complicated than I'm making it sound, but it was seemingly intentional, just as a middle finger, I suppose.
Yeah, just to be mean to the player. I mean,
They didn't think that getting to that point was mean enough.
And I'm still not certain whether this was tacked on. One of the things in the Steam page for this game is it tries to compare itself to Getting Over It and to other well-known like B games, and it tries to put itself into that class of games. And I'm still not convinced this day that it was intentionally designed to be that way, and it wasn't just that the dev figured out that the game was unbearable and was like, oh, I'm just gonna...
Oh, it's Fadian.
It's Fadian, yeah. It's just Fadian.
Yes, that's popular now. It's Getting Over It.
Yeah. Trust me, it doesn't take any sane person any time to get over this game. Besides us, I feel like most people after an hour will be over it. Probably well before an hour.
Yeah.
I'm sure our players will be.
I've known several people to give this game a shot, and very few of them have stuck it out long enough to see this amount.
Yeah. I will say, the one fortunate thing about this game is very linear and very easy to see where our players are. So it works very well for this format.
Yeah.
Because it is not at all difficult to keep track of who is in the lead, which right now is still a core hawk. But not by much.
Yeah, from a
Not by
speedrun
much.
perspective, you can why? But you can actually, if you know what you're looking for, you can spot these fruits at some distance. You do have to get somewhat close to them to pick them out, but you can spot them at distance. So it is possible to circumvent some of this unnecessary running around, but not much.
I forget, is it 3 fruits here?
Yeah, it's 3 total.
Oh, is this the one also where you have to go back to Gray each time to get the next one to spawn, or is that a
I
different?
don't think that's this one.
Okay, that's a different one.
Yeah, that's the door maze one.
Yes, you're right. That is the giant maze.
Yeah, the giant maze with teleporters, so it's a maze of mazes.
Yes, it's awful. The giant maze.
I think I've spotted the third one, and I think Korhawk's running the right way. I think I saw it a moment
Okay.
ago when running by, and
Yeah, you can sometimes spot. He might be able to spot it on his screen since he's at.
right,
the
yeah,
screen.
it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
You know,
On our side, it is not. The audience actually also might have a better view of it. But
Korhawk unlocking the secret achievement of Grey Witch has stopped you to talk for a while.
yeah. That was just a weird choice of like just sometimes Grey Witch will just stop you to talk. I don't know if that's like a time-based thing or if it's just random or.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think anyone ever bothered to look into it because, yeah, there was enough about this game to figure out without having to figure that out. Now, unless I'm wrong, it's 3 fruits here, right?
I'm almost certain it's 3 fruits just from memory, but
So now it's just remembering where Gray was.
fortunately Gray is very central to the level,
Yeah.
so if you just head back to the middle, you'll be fine probably. But I mean, the thing is that we really aren't joking when we say that just running in a straight line is non-trivial.
Yeah.
So none of these platforms are safe. Like, they could just start running and zone out for a half a second and run off the side, and then it's over.
Or they could go to a transition between a platform and fall through it.
Yeah.
That I don't know if there's any of those on this level. Like, I don't remember any on this level, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was one.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's any weird geometry here, and I've got firm belief that Korhawk is now in the lead.
Firm belief. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We've seen quite a few of them. Those loading screens are one of the best parts of this game.
Yeah.
It's one of the defining features of this game. I am wearing a shirt with firm belief on it.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, I wonder where I got that shirt. So that's emo in Alth's channel. Because Alth played way too much of this game.
So this stage introduces the collect them from a spawner mechanic. The problem is, and this was the first level that Gilder gave up on. Gilder encountered this level and said, this level is too stupid, too unpredictable, too janky. I'm not sure that you can realistically achieve what it's asking for.
This is also the level with the soft lock, and I don't know if
Yes.
Gilder ran into that.
He might have. That's possible.
So again, we are running a mod that works around the that fixes the soft lock.
Yeah, this level has a weird bug where if you collect a fruit and then die, it does not count them correctly in future attempts.
It just stops counting them at all.
Yeah. And so this mod fixes that. It resets the counter correctly and reinitializes it so you can try it again. The problem here is that this jump, as you're noticing right now, is very difficult to pull off. In fact, you have to sort of take advantage of that like slow gravity coyote time you get. You have to jump after you've already run off the platform a little bit to make it. It's just too tight otherwise. And so this is where I think Gilder gave up the first time because it just did not seem realistic to pull this off. And I was the one dumb enough to say, no, let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, the two of you had a little bit of a rivalry going on here
Yeah.
of like who could actually make progress in this game. But I believe you need to collect 5 fruits here.
Yeah.
And it's just really hard to do because I know we keep talking about how poorly this game controls and how hard it is to go in a straight line and how hard it is to jump where you need to and make gaps. But as bad as it looks, it feels worse to play. It really does.
There's so many times you see a game and you're like, this looks difficult to control, and then you play it and you're like, okay, well, once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. I feel like that's the way it is with a lot of Kuso games. It's like, it's a little frustrating to control, but once you spend some time with it, you figure out how it works and you make sense of it.
Or
this never gets more sensible.
Yeah, or there's the complete opposite where it looks fine and then it's just not. But this both looks bad and is worse than it looks.
So this, Nodelecta mentioned, and I totally forgot, but Nodelecta's correct if I'm remembering as well, which is that Grey Witch does say at the beginning that she wants you to collect 20 fruits, and she's wrong.
Oh yeah, she does.
She
tells you
says-
to collect 20 and you only have to collect 5. I wonder
Yeah.
if the players will figure that out. They probably won't.
Yeah, I
I
don't-
didn't tell them.
Yeah, Gray at the beginning says, I want you to collect 20 fruits, but if you come back with 5, the level is over. So, this level also, in order to get the speed you need to make this jump, you do have to stand back just a little bit, and it's too far back to really see the fruit
Yeah.
falling. So it really becomes a game of figuring out the timing.
So there is one thing on this level. Sometimes those oranges off to the side will wind up on the platform.
Oh.
So if you really wanted to take it slow and be careful, you could just sit there, but it would take you like 30 minutes.
Right.
It's so rare because I don't know what's up with the spawners, but like the fruit don't always spawn in the same spot in the spawner.
Right.
And there's one spot in the orange spawner that I guess bounces off one of the tree hitboxes and then lands on the platform.
Okay.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But,
I don't think I've ever seen it land on a platform. That's really interesting.
I think I've seen it once on someone's stream. I don't know who.
Okay.
I think of all the times I've seen it happen once. So it can happen. At least I think this is the level where that can happen.
That might be the case.
I could be thinking of a completely different level with all platform.
We've definitely
spawners.
seen the weird spawner mechanics in other levels, because there's other levels that have spawners, and there's some randomness in it that you sort of have to work through. It looks to me like RF has sort of figured out the timing. There's no real reason for them to know outside of hearing my voice that that they only need 5, so they may stick it out for 20. So I don't know whether
There
or not
was just an orange on Kohawk's screen. Kohawk just picked up an orange.
Okay.
On the
as soon as you
platform.
said it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, just to be safe, we'll try our best to keep track of how many fruits have been collected max. And I think it's been 4 on both sides. I think Core got to 4, and I think RF is now at 4.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was right. I think we'll see at least one of them get to. Ooh. So we did see RF get to 5. So RF definitely is in a little bit of a lead, but not.
Yeah.
Never
give up! Sorry.
So, yeah, since our players should not be able to hear us with the headphones they have on, they will probably do all 20.
Which is doable. I mean,
it's doable.
I'm pretty sure when both me and Gilder played this, we stuck it out for 20 because we didn't know any better either. And once you get the rhythm down and you figure out how to make this jump somewhat consistent, it's doable. It just takes forever.
Yeah, I don't know who figured out that you can just do 5.
I mean, if I had to guess, it would be Calimag
No,
pointing out
I
to
think
us.
it was before that. I think it might have been Corndan when he gave this out in regular Kuso.
Oh, might have been.
Because this has been in the regular Kusogrande as well once. So this is a bit of a classic PC jank. Like,
It
this
is.
is, among Kuso connoisseurs, this is somewhat known, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone found it before Gilder, but Gilder's how I was introduced to it, and I think he's the one who exposed all of
Gilder
us to it.
Gilder is the one that, I'm sure if someone played it before Gilder, but Gilder is really the one that brought it to the attention of
Us.
the Kusoge community and like all of the Kusogrande community, everyone. Yeah, I mean, it would not be well known without Gilder. I don't think. I don't think you would have ever played it for
No,
sure.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have, and I probably would have been better off for it. But
This game is, you know, as much as I joke, this game is awful in a really fascinating way, and you can spend $5 worse on Steam, that's for sure.
yeah, you can also spend $5 better.
Yeah, you can. You can buy just the first act of Silk Song for $5. Well, I mean, you know, if they'll let you break it down like that.
I don't know when we turned on into the devil and angel on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
sorry.
You trying to convince them to play this game?
I'm
and
just
me-
I'm just saying, if you're an enjoyer of bad games, this has to be played to be understood.
No, the more shocking thing is I'm the angel and I'm the one that's making 2 people play this right now. How am I the good guy in this scenario?
I guess just by the sheer numbers. I'm trying to inflict it on way more people. So I have not been paying close enough attention to the counters, but as far as I know, the highest number I've seen is still 5 on
5
RF.
on
stream.
RF. Cornhawk has not gotten above 4. And we don't even know for sure that RF did not hear us. Because... Okay, RF did hear us.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
if
fine.
they can hear us, that's on
If,
us.
if,
but
if they can both hear us, then they can both hear us. That is fine.
all right, so here's the level they won't make it past. If you can hear me, deal with that.
Yeah.
This level, well, you know what? I want you to see it before I tell you the suffering.
Yeah, so...
And that's just how it starts.
So I couldn't tell if he read the prompt or not. It did look like the first time he went a little slow. So he might have read the prompt to see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
But in case the audience didn't, we'll
Go ahead
give you
and-
a second to see what's going on here.
Okay, so collected an apple, and so that's a 1. 2.
Another apple, another 1. Okay, so I'm thinking he did read it.
Yeah.
Now the normal goal here is to collect 100.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 100.
We set that to 10. I did tell them I set it to 10. I don't know if it...
There we go.
Yep.
And now you see what the mechanic is. There are several spawners up there that can spawn several groups of fruits. And if you collect a different fruit, it resets the counter.
Yep. So you have to collect in a row 100 of the same fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Is the normal version of this level. I set it to 10. They're still not going to beat it. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, 10 is definitely much more doable. I feel like I've probably gotten to 10 in some amount of time casually, but then when trying to figure out how to optimize this game for, God help me, a speedrun, we did find cheese. We figured out how to get past this stage consistently. Actually, I think Gilder discovered it before I had dreamed of putting a timer on it.
I think that's right. I think Gilder was just frustrated with trying to do this.
Yeah.
And just like
Tried to come up with
figure
another way.
something out. Now, one thing I don't remember, and I didn't notice it in the prompt, whether or not the mod changes the text of this level to
It
tell you.
did seem like it did.
Okay.
Because the text said 10 in it, which
Okay, the text did say 10.
nice
Okay.
touch by Calimag to.
Nice touch, yeah. Especially since it was.
And there we are.
Oh.
We're back to 1.
Yeah, so even at 10, this is not going to be easy. And it is kind of trivial with the cheese. It's basically free, but it's still.
I don't know. I wouldn't use the word free. I have the scars to show you that it's not free.
But it still takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think my best time ever, and keep in mind there's a lot of RNG involved here that changes it. But I think my best attempt ever was in like 200 seconds. I managed to get 100 using the cheese strat. The cheese strat, which I'm not afraid to tell you because we're here now and not much time left, is the hitbox on the apple is a little bigger than the hitbox on all the other fruit. So you stand at the top of the ramp right under the fruits, the apple spawner, and the apple can hit you and the other ones can't if you stand in just the perfect position.
So, there's actually the watermelon's the biggest, but it also spawns the less frequent.
Oh yeah,
The least
okay.
frequent. There's actually, I believe the quickest way wasn't with apples, it was with oranges. There's one that does oranges and only the things smaller than oranges.
Okay.
But it's incredibly hard to do.
Right.
I think that one's even harder. I think the most consistent one is the apples because the apples are so much bigger than the oranges.
Yeah.
But also still spawn way faster than the
And the problem
watermelons.
is that you can stand on the ramp, but you almost imperceptibly start sliding down the ramp, and small imperceptible movement starts to compound when you're standing there for 200 seconds.
Yeah, also getting up to the top of the ramp and
like finding that sweet
Finding
spot.
a sweet spot is not easy.
Yeah.
There are some. There are also some traps once you've completed the level. I think there's an odds or a chance that we see a completion, so I'm gonna shut up. Because if we get this, I'll say it in like the last minute if we don't see a completion here. But I mean, both these players did really good. I don't know that I necessarily. I mean, I think this is about what I expected them to get. I mean, in 50 minutes, maybe even a little further. They got to this level pretty early. This level 7, which is the one Korhawk is on, pretty early. Korhawk, obviously, he has been stuck on it for a while, but this is a really hard level. This is not an easy level to get the hang of.
You're talking about the one Korhawk is on?
The one Korhawk
yeah,
is on.
that jump is deceptively difficult. Finding the timing for it, realizing you have to take a little bit of advantage of your coyote time, like getting that rhythm so you can jump across, and then figuring out the timing of the fruit so that you're jumping across when the fruit is falling. Like all those pieces together are doable, but then you have to do it a bunch of times in a row.
And one of the wild things about this game is the difficulty is all over the place.
Yeah.
It does not ramp in any sensible, cohesive way.
It's peaks and valleys.
And
There are some late game levels that you will beat trivially, and there's levels way after this one that are just nearly unplayable.
yeah.
But the rest was playable.
I think it's sometimes it could like trick you of like, oh hey, I think I'm getting good at this game, and it's like no, that was just an easier level. We're gonna make it hard again. So getting back to the strat on this level, so the thing that you do for the strat is you go all the way to the top. You have to like barely be not at the top to where you don't fall over and go off the bat. And you have to like kind of like
Stabilize.
just stabilize and like press forward just enough to stay up there but not go over the edge, and then you just stay in a spot that lets you collect one type of fruit and only one type of fruit. Oh! Did it get to
Just watching that watermelon whip at him.
Did it get to 10?
I don't know that I saw the counter hit 10, but
Okay, the counter hit 10. It was so quick. I saw them collect the apple, but I couldn't. I did. By the time I looked at the counter, it was already 2 from the watermelon. Now the watermelons do count as 2, so that is one advantage to going after the watermelons. But again, the problem is not as many watermelons.
I will say that
Oh wait, do they not count as 2 always?
I will say that there is a potential for a lead change in the last minute.
Yeah.
Just because of how fast this level happens. We did see 10 on RF's
But we
screen.
did not see the completion.
But we didn't get the completion. So if by chance Korhawk is able to make 10 happen and get them back to gray.
So I will say Korhawk also finished that last level with 5.
Right.
So at least both of our players heard us,
Yeah,
and there was
okay.
no unfair advantage. I was slightly worried about that, whether maybe one of them could hear us, and not the other. That's probably partially in fact due to the fact that this game, while it does have some music and audio, it's not a ton.
Oh,
It's like-
it's gonna be close. No!
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know there's gonna be enough
Yeah.
time at this point.
We're well into our last minute here.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
there was
don't-
just enough time when I
So-
said that.
So the other thing that I don't think we're going to see, because we're not going to see RF get to 10 either, I don't think. So if you get to 10 up at the top here, your natural reaction might be to jump off the side to get back
Yeah,
to
you
gray,
slow fall, why not?
so that you don't you don't run a risk of collecting any more fruit. Well, the problem is if you do that, there's a death plate right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just kills you.
It just kills you. Now, RF did finish this level. I'm kind of sad I said something, because RF might have done it and we would have seen that. And we are
All right.
at time.
Yeah, that's time for us. Congratulations to our players.
Yep.
Well done.
RF, you are the winner.
RF with just barely the win on that one. And that's Pearson Grey Witch. I'm so sorry.
And that's it for this game. We'll start getting set up for the next one. And
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kusogrande Live for our next match. Match number 3, being GM'd by the wonderful Alora.
Hello, friends. How are we doing today? I get to hand out one of my childhood favorite games, and it's not a bad game. It's just an obscure one. It's a game called Tetris Plus, which is lovingly describable as what if Tetris was a maze puzzle game with a story mode.
A little bit of extra twist to the standard format, just a little bit.
It's a little bit of it's Tetris with a twist. That is very much the way to describe this game.
All right, so I think if we're good to go, then we can do the countdown. Is everybody
Yep.
ready?
I'm good to go. Runners, are we good to go?
All right,
Right.
there we go.
So we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So what are we looking at first here?
We have the story of the professor and his assistant who have decided to go into the pyramid, and they're gonna get trapped. That's it. That's the story. The professor
entire
has.
story.
That's the entirety of the story. Enjoy the cutscene. There's only 2 of them. The one at the beginning of the game and the one at the end of the game. The end. So now we have the first stage, which is just a simple little tutorial. You have the professor. If you land a block on the professor will climb the block. Your goal is to get the professor to the bottom of the stage. So far, so good.
It sounds so easy in practice.
It is.
And like the first stage is definitely not an indication of the difficulty of this.
I don't know what you're talking about. This first stage is definitely indication of the difficulty of this.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we've got 2 different approaches. One is we play Tetris and we clear lines, and then the other approach, which is the one Raza's immediately taking, which is I'm not dealing with this. I'm just getting the professor to the bottom, and I'm not playing Tetris. One of those is in fact the correct approach in this game.
Both are valid-ish strategies, but yeah, definitely a better idea to just get the professor to the bottom as fast as humanly possible.
This is the weird case of the less you play the game, the better you play the game.
And a lot of it's also too is figuring where the professor is to make sure he falls down into the pits when you make the holes.
Yes. There's definitely a lot of figuring out, okay, what is the least bad way to handle this situation? Because there are no good answers in this game, because you still have to deal with standard Tetris piece randomization.
Yeah, this isn't like a bag randomizer. This isn't any other of these standard styles of randomizer for it. It appears to be completely fully random, which is interesting. Becomes a problem as things go along. So this is a long-standing thing of our GMs finding games from their childhood that are just like some of those things that you wouldn't be exposed to otherwise. Just things that they've been experiencing for a very long time.
And I like handing out things like this that are just, they're not bad, they're just stuff that no one's heard of. Like, these are genuinely enjoyable games that you go back and you go, how have I never heard of this?
Exactly. I mean, there's also a difficulty aspect to it. Kuso is not necessarily just terrible controlling. It can also be difficult, unintuitive. It can be a handful of other things that might make things difficult to play. And odd is also one of those things.
Oh, this game is exceedingly unintuitive. This very much falls into the unintuitive end of the spectrum.
Yeah, when you look at it from an outside perspective, the professor looks like he should move certain ways, and he just doesn't.
And now we have our first professor kill.
Yep.
Goodbye, professor.
That is the Professor Dunzos, and we're gonna have obviously our competitors are gonna be continuing every time.
I would hope they continue, because if not, they're going to enjoy going back to that first stage. Not probably the best speed strat for this.
These stages are I tried to not get frustrated when I was playtesting this, but it immediately failed. That is a relatively good strat though, getting the professor in a position where he can't move around. Solid strategy.
Trapping the professor is in fact like a very valid strategy in this game.
As long as he can't get out there. I mean, you do have the chandelier of doom crushing down on in, but like, there's sort of a, oh, actually, this could be good. This could be really good. Oh, well. It's in the idea of like, if you can get the professor up onto the same level as that 2-wide hole, they could fall in and like, Now we're gonna see a little bit more building up.
Oh. I don't know. This could go really well. It depends on how they take this, but I could definitely see a scenario where this leads to like a good clear.
And I will say, Tetris knowers, there are no T-spins.
There is no T-spins. All of the the good Tetris strategies. If you are a TGM player, you will do terribly at this game. All of the good Tetris strategies just do not apply to this.
Yep, I found out firsthand. It is a problem.
There are, however, a lot of cool little tricks, like any piece you don't want, as we're seeing Raza do, you just throw them into the Chandelier of Doom. The Chandelier of Doom will just chuck out any piece you don't want.
I think we might see an end to this run with Raza right now. Oh, yep, that's it. Into the Chandelier of Doom, our professor goes. You can see, like, this is one of those games where I expect they're gonna hit a wall and it's just gonna stick for a while.
Yes. But it does feel really good when you clear said wall.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, I was yelling at this game and how angry I was with it at times.
Oh, Raza might have found the strat that just let the professor get his way out. Oh no!
And blocked it immediately. Oof. Although there's still the option right now.
I think Raza accidentally did it and didn't realize that they did it.
Yeah. Just the idea of like just get him up and out. If you can get him up and out and just drop stuff out of the way.
Oh no!
That was so close to a win.
Literally stopping the win.
Yeah, with the audio for this game, I think it might be loud enough that it won't be a problem for them to overhear our conversations. I mean, that is one of those things where the audio sometimes can drown out a little bit of that.
Yeah. Also, enjoy the fun little weird noises the professor makes.
Yeah.
It was the oof. It was oof. Oh yeah, this is very much
Fantastic.
But we now see stage 4.
We have seen a lead change as well.
Yes.
Corellia is now currently in the lead. And now it's going to be this sort of interesting, can you break that and create a hole that's big enough? And it looks like...
Corellia? Is Corellia going to accidentally clear?
I think Corellia's going to clear.
Accidental Corellia clear.
There we go. That is
Those are the best
clear.
feelings when you accidentally clear a stage and you don't realize it.
Oh yeah, mistakes were made, but they were good mistakes.
Ooh, oh, ooh.
That's it's not bad. There's not a bad play going on there. It's mostly a. It's going to be one of those things where getting out of your own way in a lot of cases turns out to be the best thing.
Yeah.
And also just knowing when it's time to just drop blocks and make the professor climb as high as he can go. Reach for them heights so that you can start the stage over again.
Unfortunately, they had a really good strat there for a moment, trying to go for that just bottom line clear.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they just locked themselves out of it on that left side.
I mean, there are options to wait a little bit, try and delay your time so that you can get the chandelier to clear some of the mess above. But it's at this point, there's really not much that can be done.
I think at this point, the best option might just be to go get the professor kill and reset and go for that bottom line clear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like clearing the middle section on that stage seems like it's the right move. I think Raza's figured out the strategy with that.
Yeah. This is very much a case of the less you play the stage, the better.
Yep, I think there we go, where there's the intentional climbing for the stars. Right into the Chandelier of Doom. The question really is, who designed this way? Who put the Chandelier of Doom there in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Whoever built the pyramids.
Yeah.
So this
And we have another stage clear by Corellia.
There we go.
Corellia?
Corellia.
Corellia.
So that's stage 6. That's an excellent progression thus far. I will say so you're saying that you think the Chandelier of Doom was like a protective thing put in place, like a trap?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, rather than it being like them drilling down as a way to get through the ruins.
I think it's like the trap, like, you know, the protect the Pharaoh's tomb kind of trap.
Oh yeah, where it's just like trying to make sure that nothing bad happens.
Yep.
There's so much that can go wrong when placing any pieces in this.
The problem is because they're pre-seeded lines and the blocks are not deterministic, it really just comes down to, did you get lucky with the first few blocks?
Another stage clear for Raza, which is stage 4. So we're seeing a pretty sizable lead for Grelia, but it is still anyone's game. There's still plenty of time.
We're still very early on, and this game, it really just comes down to, did you literally read the room quickly and well?
Exactly, yeah. You gotta figure out just the right set of movements to make things work.
Did you find the one trick to clear it quickly? Did you get the pieces to clear that quickly?
There's also a huge punishment factor in this for for leaving any spaces, and for stacking too tall in any one location. Because now, if you want to clear things out, you're going to have to make sure you take out all of those open spaces and all of the higher bits. The professor's always going to meet up to rise where you are, which is a thing.
Unfortunately, I think Corellia might have stacked a few too many empty lines on there.
Yeah, that's what it's starting to look like.
Raza, meanwhile, not having that initial luck of just getting those couple line clears.
I mean, we're seeing some good progress out of both players right now.
We are. Depending on... Oh, there we go. That's it. That's the clear for Raza.
That stage in particular was pretty straightforward, but yeah, that's excellent.
Once you notice like the pattern where you can just kind of leave the tiny gap for the professor, that stage gets cleared really fast.
Oh yeah. So we're in stage 5 right now for Raza, which is the bottle stage. Obviously trying to clear that bottom line, which gets much harder if you end up going through and not being able to just slide stuff in.
Yeah.
It doesn't lock immediately, but there are no T-spins to get things in place.
Oh, Raza quickly noticing the strat here and just going, nope, I don't like the start, and going straight for the chandelier.
And that is a good choice. That's a way to handle it. It really is a good choice.
Again, reading the room quickly can win you this match.
And a little bit of knowledge and knowing that like those Vortal are not going to get you where you want to go with that bottom line.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. And immediately placing that where you want it to go.
Just dropping that right there. You can see there's going to be a little bit more of that. Another
moving that one to the side.
It's just going to be getting 2 more in that line. And you can do that with that one piece there, and that's the end.
Done. And that's going to be a clear for Raza right there.
That is a clear for Raza. Now they are on the same stage at this point. I believe Corellia is still on 6.
I believe so. Yep. They're on the same stage, the only difference being Corellia's a few lines in, but also Corellia's filled in those lines back up.
Yep,
so it's kind of hard to tell who's in the lead right now.
Well, I assume for our purposes with this, the easiest way we're going to be able to do that then
is whoever got there first. Yes. Yeah. And this, for the purposes of who is in the lead right now, if we were to end right now, Corellia would be in the lead.
Yeah, that seems like the fastest way to do it. Is just going to who did it first.
Yes. In terms of who would win right now, it would be Corellia. But in terms of like who is more likely to pull ahead, it is neck and neck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, again, we've still got plenty of time for this. We're going to see where this is going to go.
Meanwhile, I think Raza's doing something smart, which is he's trying to leave the space in to not block off.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Meanwhile, Corellia now getting to stage 8 first.
Oh, yeah. Corellia is on stage 8.
Pulling in further on that lead.
Oh, absolutely. Lock it in. Always a good thing. This is exactly where you want to be. You see that like large stack that was built up on Ross's side, where now it's like you've got to work through that entire stack if you're going to clear it.
Yeah. That's the problem you want to avoid, and particularly because that stack is on top of that one block you want to get rid of.
Yeah, there's not too much you can really do right now to get this cleared quickly, because now it's again compounding. There's more, and if you stack anything over that one, it's going to add more lines to clear. And this is usually a thing that people will, when they're playing any kind of like major Tetris game, they'll think it through while they're doing, and you know they'll.
But Raza figured it out. They saw that is in fact the wrong way to do it.
Yep, exactly. This is all about the puzzle solutions for a lot of things. Figuring out what you can do to move a little bit faster.
Being a good Tetris player makes you a bad Tetris Plus player, at least when you start.
That's pretty accurate. I mean, I've seen it a couple times now. Like, I mean, again, I played a little bit of Tetris the Grandmaster 3, like the only one I play, and I'm not great at it. And all of the things I learned from that, the moving fast, the leaving certain gaps you can fill later, none of that really applies to some of this.
It is actively bad for you in some scenarios.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of us are trained at once to build up and build up and build up and then just do big Tetris clears. And that doesn't really help.
If anything, it actively hurts you in some scenarios.
Yeah, and like in this case, you're seeing some movements that are really good, but it's again that whole like fighting the urge to play this like a regular Tetris game. It's also
and going for the Chandelier of Doom?
Yep. The Chandelier, let's try this one more time.
The reset Chandelier.
Yeah, Curly has very clearly got an advantage at this point with a substantial lead.
So from what I've seen, the main thing seems to be, especially for a stage like the one Raza's in, you want to try to clear the line, but make sure that no matter what, you don't put a block above where a hole further down the line is.
Yes.
So that you can just get to it. It doesn't matter. You can stack up on top. You can put suicidal blocks on top. In fact, you can climb up all the way to the Chandelier. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't block the lines further down. You need to be able to get to those further down lines.
Exactly, yeah. You've got to be able to clear down those without being able to do that. Oh, that's, yeah. You can see what Raz was going for there and not getting the turn. Again, this is the whole issue of not having T-spins, not being able to turn when you're touching the ground. That becomes a problem.
Oh, but starting with a really, really good set of blocks right there. Oh, but I would have turned those. This is still very salvageable.
Oh, this is still in a good position, yeah. I mean, as long as you're not covering open blocks, you're good.
Oh, no, I would have placed that one. I would have definitely placed that one.
I think, yeah, we can see with the knowledge we have where it might be best to place those.
Yeah.
That's what I would definitely place as well. Just to kind of get it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you pop that. Now we're still in a situation where we're going to clear a bit, but like, this is imminently doable.
Yes. This is very much on its way to a clear. Oof. Oof. The professor makes such cute noises. I kind of love it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so that's a clear there. We're looking for basically one more line clear, but that's going to open up. It's going to open up a 2 wide. That's the big thing.
That's it. If he can make the professor climb out of that.
No.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
There we go.
If you make the professor go the other way, there we go. Yep,
and
they're good.
Is gonna be
and that's Ross's clear.
Yep, absolutely. So that is stage 6 cleared.
So I believe they're now in the...
They're in stage 7, yes. And Curly is still on stage 8, I believe. We'll see momentarily, though.
Oh, Raza just straight going for, I don't like this stage, I'm resetting.
Yeah, we are on stage 8 currently with Corellia, so there's still a lead. It's a little bit less than it was. And this, I remember this was the stage that I was playing, like, this will be easy. I'm looking at it like a Tetris player thinking, I can clear this no problem. Not thinking about the fact that there's the professor just bumbling around doing what he does. Very close to being a quick clear.
Yeah. Corellia's on really good pace. That's another stage clear right there.
Fantastic. That's stage 8 cleared. We're on stage 9.
Yeah, we're really, really going through this fast.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Single.
getting a little bit of. Oh, actually, that. It looks like that actually wasn't. It wasn't quite a T-spin, but it was definitely a spin on the ground. That is interesting. I did not know that was possible.
This game breaks all the Tetris rules. I cannot explain this in any other way other than this game just breaks the rules of Tetris.
Yeah, it does its own thing. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, some of these stages do get much more complicated, right?
Yes, they get very complicated as you. Some are like kind of free, but they definitely can get very complicated fast.
Oh yeah. And like once you figure it out, once you got an idea as to what you're supposed to be doing, rather than approaching it like line clears, it's approaching it like just making a gap big enough.
Yes.
And in this case, I don't know if the stage even gives you a gap big enough. You have to essentially clear that middle line without leaving anything above it.
Single.
Raza going into, I don't like this, I'm just gonna fish for the pieces I want and throwing the rest into the blender.
Always a good idea. If you can ditch him with the chandelier, it's always a good plan.
People do not use the blender enough, in my opinion.
It's a solid strategy. It's gonna get you there. It's all that matters at this point. Just making sure you get there. And it looks like
Raza said no, I don't like this.
The reset. Take 2 seconds. Let me double check. Oh, we have 30 minutes left in this run. Let me check one thing real quick.
Single. Yeah.
And that's another clear for Corellia. We're on really good pace.
Fantastic.
I'm not gonna make promises, but there is a chance we see a clear.
That would be deeply interesting.
We're working our way towards it.
All right, so is Q-Boy in the area, by the way? Anybody seen Q-Boy?
Single.
Gonna say no. I'm sure they'll be around momentarily. So we'll get ready for the next match as Q-Boy shows up. And perfect. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, with this right now, we're just trying to get through some of these more difficult stages. Yeah, Corellia is absolutely smashing it. Quite well. So, yeah.
Once again, leaning into the sacrificial pieces of just, nope, I don't like this. I'm gonna just get rid of things.
Yep, taking as many advantages as you can by picking up only the things you really, really want.
You can build up to the side. It's fine. Sacrifice them to the chandelier. The chandelier is hungry. It will accept the sacrifice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think at this point we're seeing, Corellia's.
Yep, Corellia's going into the chandelier.
Getting that ladder set up.
Whoa.
The professor getting the cardio in, bouldering. Let's go.
So how many stages are there total?
20.
There are 20 stages.
20 stages. We're almost halfway to clear.
This is gonna be good. 20 stages. I get the accelerating complexity of some of these stages is going to be a pretty big thing as we go along. You're going to see more starting floors, more odd patterns. Yeah. We could see it clear. I don't know. As long as that complexity keeps increasing, I don't necessarily know we're going to hit that. But
It wouldn't be easy. I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna see it, but there is a chance.
I will say though, the audience loves to clear.
If they promise to pop off, then yeah, I'd like to see it. Oh, is Corellia noticing the trick to this stage? So if you see, you only need 4 blocks, and they can all be achieved with lines. So if Corellia gets one more tall boy.
One more tall boy.
Which, there it is. That is stage 10 clear. That is halfway through the game.
All right, can we get some applause for the stage 10 clear?
That is halfway through the game with over half the time left on the clock. Unfortunately, welcome to stage 11. The oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do with these arrows stage?
Yeah, oh, this is a mean layout, you can see. Or trying my hand at this one as well and just being completely lost with where to go and how to handle it. Could also just be failure of imagination on my part, but you know. Yeah.
Childhood me did not deal well with this stage.
Like I said, it's been a recurring thing amongst our GMs that childhood games tend to be the ones that we know the best and the ones we're happiest to give out. It's like, I played this trash for so many years, now you get to play this trash.
But this isn't trash. This is fun. It's just fun that you go, who made this?
Oh yeah, who was this for? Who was this designed for? What were they thinking? What were the machinations?
Who went, I want to make a puzzle game where you just get some weird professor out of a temple.
And this was also the heyday of remaking games, reinventing classic games with modern twists. And we were talking earlier about Tetris Sphere. We were talking about some of the other existing properties. They're just like, Frogger, the Frogger 3D game they released.
Yeah.
Like those sorts of things. They're like, we can do this. It'll be fine. I think we've
The
hit
chandelier.
More time for the chandelier.
Whoa.
Corellia pondering. You can see the machinations going, how do I do this?
Oh yeah. So we're on Corellia's on stage 11, and we currently have Raza on stage 7. Again, the complexity just picks up, just keeps going. It gets more important. It gets more difficult the further you get. Figuring out some of these earlier on strategies becomes way more important over time.
Unfortunately, I think Raza's assuming there's T-spins.
Yeah.
We're learning the hard way that there is in fact no T-spins.
As much as we would want. I mean, there's still...
And we're also realizing the professor is not climbing.
There we go.
Time to get our cardio in, climb the chandelier.
Oh, yeah.
Now Corellia, oh, interesting. Is Corellia waiting for?
It feels like Corellia's waiting for the chandelier to do a little bit of the dirty work, clearing out some of these large pieces, these taller pieces. Kind of getting in there, setting up the lower pieces and just waiting for that sort of collapse in on. I mean, you've got a surprisingly large amount of time to be able to do this.
Yes.
Time is not the enemy here.
Double.
I feel like there might be a strategy going on Corellia's side. I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
I think we found it.
Double.
It's so very close.
The problem's gonna be on that right side, that one singular block.
It is. I mean, you can see where there's just a little bit of there's a little something.
Just enough there to be a problem.
Oh yeah.
Oh, chandelier time.
There we go. Taking a trip up into the spikes.
You could see Corellia's face realizing that the mistakes were made.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Oh, we're just going straight for the chandelier. We did not like that opening at all.
One block placement and straight into the let's just set this again. There is no standard like pause and reset, unfortunately.
They made this decision immediately when they saw the square.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
like,
all it takes is seeing the square block as the opener and you go, I'm done. I'm done. The professor gets to go straight into the chandelier.
There are some objectively correct choices in what you should get for your pieces in order to maximize your, to minimize your time and exposure. And like, yeah, getting a square immediately is just not great for anybody in that situation.
There's maps where you want to see a square. This is not one of them.
No, it's really heavily dependent on the stage.
Also, shoutouts to the professor's dating life because we keep getting reminded that he's single.
It's so tragic. Single. Up. Single. Oh, perfect. I'm to step away for a moment so I can handle our next handout. So
Yep.
be right back.
In the meantime, we've got the professor taking a nap because he's just trapped, poor guy. So on Corellia's side, we're just kind of taking a nap time. In the meantime, Raza is unfortunately going into the chandelier again. Raza needs to figure out the main trick for this, which is you have to not block off those upper areas. The moment you start putting blocks over those bottom lines, you are doomed. This is not a game about clearing lines. This is a game about clearing the bottom of everything. And it is so counterintuitive because everyone wants to set up those big line clears, and that is not how you play this game. So by starting out and putting all those blocks, all you're doing is making the clear harder. So the instinct would be for a normal Tetris player, like, yes, let me put that tall boy there, get a bunch of line clears, set things up for a big like Tetramino. Nope, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. You want to get the pieces out of the way so that later on you can just get to that bottom square easier. Sacrificial blocks are your friend. Oh, we might have a good thing going here. If we can get the lines going, yeah. Oh, we're a good way there. Raza might be able to make this happen. Unfortunately, I think the lack of the T-spin is what's going to do Raza in on this. Yep, the lack of the T-spin is what's going to do Raza in on this. Unfortunately, but this is still very salvageable. You just put a couple squares in. No, into the Chandelier of Doom. So we reset once again. And how are we doing on Corellia's side? Corellia's got a handful of things. It's still very doable. There isn't a ton. Unfortunately, that stage is particularly cruel. Oh, one good line could do it. Unfortunately, that is not the L piece you want to see. You want to see the other one. The other one would have helped you get that kind of double line clear over there. Now it gets a little harder because now on that left side on Corellia, you have that situation where you can't easily get to those little bottom squares, and now you're stacking up on that left side, and the more you stack up on that left side, the harder it's going to be to eventually get to that bottom left square. That is just, yeah, you go straight into the Chandelier and you reset. You really just can't risk it in this game. You can't just stack tall. You have to stay low to the ground, especially when it comes to anywhere where you have those like really like singleton squares. I'm excited because I think this might just come down to Raza gets a good clear, might get a good room read, and just suddenly bolts and takes a lead because Raza's gotten like a couple quick room reads that might turn this around. See, that was a good placement right there, for example. Again, learning, putting those pieces anywhere but where they're dangerous.
Sorry about that. Have we seen what progress have we seen since stepping away?
We have seen a couple close calls where it's like, if things had gone just slightly differently, we might have seen a clear. Unfortunately, they are both still on 11 and 7 respectively.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is we expected there was going to be a wall at some point.
Yes.
And it's just that this kind of puzzle game, and we don't see a whole lot of puzzle games at Kuso, primarily because they're solvable things. We can get people who get like really good at these things, can do them quickly. But like, yeah, a game like this I think has a lot of variety to it, especially with the fully randomized piece selection and all of that. It can just choose to give you things.
Raza's staying really low to the ground on this segment, which I kind of like.
I think
So we're building up, but we're building up very low to the ground.
It's a strategy, and I think a valid one. The idea being like, use those long pieces on the side. When you're building up, make sure you're building up in a way that you can clear out pretty quickly. And then you run into a situation like this where it's
No, but you're starting to build up there on the right side, and that was a mistake, because now getting to that bottom right, unless you're just planning on Tetris piecing it really, really hard.
Yeah, if you're gonna go for a 4-line clear or something like that, that's entirely possible. Although it would be, there's still that one small square, and that's gonna cause too many problems, I think.
Yeah, that is in fact the problem with this strategy. Okay, but the professor went the correct way on this.
That is a really solid get.
That is a potential save.
Excellent get. And now it's just a matter of clearing those 3 lines. If Roz can clear those 3 lines without putting any blocks over that one individual piece, then this will be over. It's very
looking
close.
good. It is looking very good.
So close. You see it.
Yep, I think you go for it. Yep, there it is. And now you just have to get those 2 little lines.
And you can block one of them. You just need.
Oh.
It's so close.
It's still doable. This is still very, very doable. We might be seeing a clear from Raza. We might be being about to pop off.
Oh.
Are we gonna see it pop off?
So we got what one way. Just all you need to do is just get that one hit.
Come on,
It's still
come
gonna-
on.
it's still
That green
gonna be
piece will.
really difficult to get. Is the one little bit there.
No, you needed that one. Tall boy on the left, and then the T piece.
Yeah.
No. That locks you out. It needed to be a tall boy on the left,
It is
and then
so
the T
deeply
piece.
frustrating to get to this point where it's like,
Yeah.
you know what you need to do, but finishing that last little bit of execution
Yep,
is just
there it
so
went.
hard.
Oh, it was so close. Unfortunately, I don't think it's doable anymore.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the chandelier is about to come
There
down,
we
and
go.
there it went.
There it is.
Oh, that
Deeply-
is so
deeply unfortunate.
painful. That was so painful.
But I mean, there's always more time. I mean, we're still pretty reasonably early. We got 15 minutes left. Reasonably early was not the right phrase for that. We are most of the way through the match. We're gonna just sort of be circling around the end there. We got again 15 minutes. It is still possible that catch-up
It is
can
still
happen.
possible, yes.
We're still looking at a game that could still be anyone's game.
Raza being really smart about just not putting blocks where they didn't need to go.
Exactly. There's a lot of care being taken to make sure that those are, that only the right things are kind of being dropped in place. Give it a little bit of space, make sure things fit in well. It's so hard to get a clean line clear with nothing above or below it. And like that's a matter of like making sure you have a T space on the bottom, or making sure that where you're dropping it is not going to interfere with the hole you're trying to open up.
And we also have like the benefit of like hindsight, and we get to just read these without the stress of like, oh, what's going on?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're not thinking about is this piece going to ruin my attempt? Because we're seeing this with the benefit of hindsight.
Oh, there we go. That is a really, really good piece drop right there.
Exactly. That's the idea.
That is exactly what you want to see.
It's like making sure you clear exactly what you need to, and nothing more, nothing less.
That's it. I think that's Raza's clear.
That I believe is all.
That is Raza's clear, and Raza goes on to stage 8.
On to the next stage, stage 8. Kelly is still on stage 11. Like I said, we've seen a wall hit for both players.
Yep.
And it's entirely possible now that Raza out at that stage can pick up the pace a little bit, and we could see a change in things. Bold strategy, but a good strategy here. This could actually really benefit.
Yeah, one more. Oh, and there it is. No.
Just need one more line clear with one of those spaces
Which,
open.
right. Oh, there you go. That's it.
That's it.
Another stage clear by
That is
Raza, back to
immediate
back.
stage clear. Again, it's some of these are a little easier than others, and it does kind of lend itself to it. We're on stage 9, so it's now again closing in that distance.
And the rare
Always
case of
important.
a square where you want to see the the yellow for the 2x2.
Yeah, you want to see the 2x2 immediately on that. It'd be really straightforward, really easy to do. So not quite as easy with this current setup, but it is kind of where we're at.
It's still very doable.
Oh yeah, this is still very, very doable.
Oh, almost there, almost there.
We're seeing some really good play out of both players.
Come on. Okay. I can see where. Okay, I see where we're going. It's not the direction I assumed at first, but yes, this is very much a clearable.
Still very doable. Still very
Yep,
clearable.
because now you set up. Yep. So now we need a 4 wide. Yep.
But
and you
still
go for
still
2
leaving
lines.
that nub up there.
Yeah. No. Now you have to be really, really careful. There is very little wiggle room.
Oh yeah. And this is the thing where prescriptive, like specific pieces are really going to be incredibly important to get.
This is very much a case of you absolutely need to get the exact pieces that will win you the match.
Yep.
And that is not one of them.
Nope, Professor will always climb up when given the option, unfortunately.
So that is unfortunately chandelier time for the professor.
That is deeply unfortunate.
It does, however, mean that the professor can still get to stage 11.
Yeah, we're very close. I mean, Raza has time to catch up still.
Yes.
It's a matter of just getting a couple of clean stages. And yeah, I mean, we see like Crowley has basically just hit a firm wall with this, and that is, like I said, to be expected. And we're looking now like you're gonna have to do some double line clears, and that's actually
That is
there we go.
right there. That is Raza's clear.
All right, Raza's on to stage 10.
One away from getting to the same stage as Corellia. This might turn around in the last minute.
Our competition is heating up right now. We're getting it's getting close.
This would not be the first time we have a last minute Kuso snipe.
Exactly. Upsets are a thing that happen. I mean, we've seen it so many times. This stage in particular has an interesting design to it, and actually that's a really good.
That was yes.
It's
That was the
looking
right call.
oh,
That was the right call.
very
That
much
was
so.
100% the right call.
And I think Raza's seeing the writing on the wall. It's going to take one tall boy to finish this out.
There it is.
That is on to stage 11. We are up
They are
to a
on the
tie.
same stage. This might come down to whoever clears 11 first.
Yep. I mean, at this point, Crowley is still in the lead, being getting to stage 11
Yep.
first. Stage 11 is absolutely incredibly difficult.
If Raza reads this room and gets a clear, this completely flips.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to come down to the wire.
And Raza immediately going, I'm not dealing with this, and just putting lines on the side.
Absolutely worth building up in certain places. And hoping for just the right set, and that's going to be a great little drop there. But the problem now is Raza's got a big old stack over that open spot for that big piece. So it's going to be a matter of, can Raza get those line clears? And it's looking pretty good so far. We're not seeing a whole lot of bonus droppage.
So far, so solid.
Yeah, it's not looking bad. And this is definitely a doable situation. Again, it's incredibly easy to be a critic of this and just say, say what you would do.
This is obvious.
This is completely obvious because we can see it without the whole pressure of having to be right in order to progress. Because there are choices I know I would make, and I'm 100% sure those choices would still be wrong.
When you were testing this game out for me, there were moments where I was biting my lips, just like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. The answer's right there.
Oh yeah, there's times that when I was testing this, I saw a thing. I'm like, oh, I could have done this, but it's in hindsight. In the moment, it's very easy to get caught up in what's going on. Also, learning how the professor himself works and like how he climbs, being able to manipulate him and even set yourself up for not having him progress while you can build up and build around him.
Yeah.
Always a good thing. Yeah, this is one of those stages where I think looking for a couple of indications for what's up next is really going to help. I mean, part of TGM play and all of that as well is knowing what's next in your pocket for the next line.
Yeah.
And being able to think not just where you're dropping now, but where you're going to be dropping later. And being as fast as you possibly can, entering the commands required to do that. This is a completely different skill set.
Single.
I mean, we're seeing some great play out of both players right now.
I can genuinely see this coming down to someone clears
Yeah.
and this flips.
I mean, we still have a certain amount of time remaining. We're just closing in on that.
Single.
It's a matter of just getting a couple more line clears for Grelia, and I mean, if done correctly, it could be as simple as just a few more lands, a few more bits.
I do like that Raza seems to be taking a moment before every single line and just scanning the room and going, is this where I want to drop it?
Oh, absolutely. Thinking that through, and making sure you know. And Corellia clears level 11.
That's a big lead secure.
That is a new secure lead. We're talking now, Raza, in order to catch up, we have to clear 2 stages. And that is possible, but very difficult in the time remaining. It's coming down to the wire. We saw that massive comeback, and unfortunately, the comeback doesn't seem like it was enough for the moment, but it's still open. There's still time for an upset.
Meanwhile, Corellia's, again, just the easiest way to play this game is just to not. Just immediately going, I'm just gonna stack tall here and immediately off to the side.
Like, I've got a solution. I know what I need. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wait until I get the right piece to do it. And knowing like, oh yeah, creating those specific lines, like that is absolutely important. And with this,
And that is another clear.
that is another stage clear as soon as the man touches the ground.
Corellia off to another clear. We're just zooming.
We have 5 minutes remaining in this run. Big moves have got to happen quick. We'll see if it happens though. And Corellia is in a very good position right now, being 2 ahead. It would mean that Ross would have to do 3 clears pretty quickly. Again, not impossible, very difficult. And that's Ross immediately acknowledging that having the wrong shapes at the start is just going to immediately make it impossible.
Yeah.
So, and this is just try and get yourself a T piece or 2, and that's going to solve a lot of those early woes. I mean, we can even see some kind of efficiency in stacking as well. But yeah, not getting those early T pieces is a huge problem with this particular level.
It really comes down to just, what do you get at what time? And in Corellia's stage, those T pieces are just absolutely critical because they fit in so well into so many places. And I would say in both of them really, because like in Raza being able to just immediately plug in because of those like up and down hills.
Yeah, you're talking the 2S shapes and the T piece are really the big things you need at the start of this stage.
Yeah.
And it's being deeply unkind to Raza at the moment.
They are both in stages where the 2x2s are punishing. You really can't deal with a 2x2 piece in either of those stages.
Indeed. Oh, that is in fact actually a T-spin. So that did behave the way you'd expect. I was incorrect about this not having T-spins. Just shows I am not an expert of any of these games. The ones I hand out I typically know pretty well, but ones I've play tested, not necessarily as much.
I'm very not good at Tetris. This was my childhood game, which means I'm very not good at it.
I adore Tetris in every aspect. It can be a little much for especially the higher echelons of play. Tetris can be a very rough game to wrap around.
Shoutouts to the person in the public practice room screaming, "Yo, I got it."
Yeah,
I don't know what they got, but they got it.
Someone got a trick, and that person is incredibly happy about that. Oh, okay, so DKC 3 quick kill on the boss. Congratulations. But yeah, there's so many strats in so many games that are just so hard to pull off. Hopefully, though, we're gonna see. I mean, I think we're really rounding out the time in which this is possible.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of. I think we might have our final score
Yeah.
coming up.
We're nearing the 2-minute mark, so it's gonna get really hard for Raza to catch up from this.
Yeah. But it's still actually an absolutely good and valiant effort to keep going. One of the things I like to impress upon people is the idea that when you do play Kuso, it's if you're going, just keep going. Most times, I mean, you're talking about the main tournament, you don't know what's happening. You might think you're doing terribly, and you might be okay.
I can assure you, Raza probably thought for a minute, I haven't gotten a clear, I'm probably so behind. Little did Raza know, they were on the same stage for a while there.
Yep.
Like, even until, you know, what was it, 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, they were on the same stage.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where it happened to be that Corellia found a stage that she could absolutely push forward on.
It really just comes down to that last minute timing.
No, yeah, we're seeing the same strategies out of Corellia now. It's just finding the specific pieces you need right at the start. If you don't get it,
move on. If you don't get it, move on. If you didn't see what you want, you try again with the next thing.
This is one of those problems with this particular kind of bag selector and this piece selector. It's just not going to give you the things you need, and that's a problem.
But also being able to read the game and just learn and adapt quickly is a skill in Kuso.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is like the pinnacle skill of Kuso, is being able to understand a game, learn it.
Let's count them down. 3, 2, 1, time! Congratulations to both our players. Up until the 5-minute mark, you were on the same stage. But Corellia, with the win on that stage, pulled ahead.
Right, yep. All right, so we will be right back with our next match. Thank you all for watching. Cool. Well, hello again, and welcome to Kusogrande Live. I am Greg Huglich, and I'm joined once again by the lovely Alara.
Hello, how are you doing, Gray?
Oh, I'm doing great, and we get to do my handout right now, which is a game that is very near and dear to my heart. Miracle Roppet's Adventures in 2100. This is a game that was a Japanese-only release. It is a platformer, and it is going to be a whole lot of fun. So if our competitors are ready, and I believe they are, we will get this started. So if we want to do a countdown then. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, so Miracle Roppet. It is a story about a girl whose brother is kidnapped by aliens, so she takes her magical girl robot to go save him. Those are all words. So we're gonna see some real fun out of this. There is shooting and jumping mechanics. There are power-up mechanics, and now we get to see the fun bit of what happens when you get hit.
Gray, I don't think those words mean what you think they mean.
When you get hit, you lose your robot suit. If you're out of your robot suit for too long, it's over.
What?
You end up just immediately losing. So the robot suit's not just a power-up, it's also a thing that's keeping you around. There's a little jingle that plays.
Your magical girl, Mr. Freeze?
It's very weird. Oh, and we found that there's a wrong warp back that just spits you out into a pit. Yeah, so once the robot suit's destroyed, there's only one way to get it back, and that is to get a power-up that can bring it back. And you can only get power-ups in certain ways, and I'm not going to spoil how it is, because getting those power-ups, not as clear as it seems. Also, those things you're seeing at the start of each stage, those are warps. Our players have been instructed not to take those warps, because warping ahead is not fun.
I'm still getting over magical girl, Mr. Freeze.
That's where we're at. So there's a little music thing that plays. You have to get the power-ups. You've got to do a thing. Neither of our players have figured out what that thing is. Also that little steam thingy just stuns you. It doesn't hurt you. It does stun you, and it takes away your time. You have a timer on screen. Every time you touch one of those steam vents, you lose time. So as we can hear the story there. It seems one of our players has figured out how to get power-ups. Also, floating geometry, meteors, a random dog that looks like it's happy and then hates you.
Why does the puppy? Why is the puppy angry?
Because the puppy is angry and there is no rhyme or reason to it. And we've seen our first restart. There are no continues. You are not allowed to continue. We are going to see who can get the furthest in what stage. I will be watching relatively intently to see how far people get in. I expect we'll see maybe stage 2 or 3. There are, I believe, 13 or 14 stages to this game. I have personally only ever experienced up to stage 9. What? Oh, yeah, we need to... So there's, we're currently trying our best right now to sort of have people figure out exactly what they need to do to progress. There are, as I mentioned, power-ups that you can get. Those power-ups are important. If you don't have a suit when you get a power-up, you can, in fact, get back into the suit. But there are a couple things. We are experiencing some slight technical stuff we're going to work through. There we go. There it is. Tiny little bit of tech there. So, yeah, I think Q-Boy has figured it out. You can get a power-up specifically by jumping on top of those orbs after they've touched the ground but before they've split.
What?
By standing on top of it, it lets you pick it up as a power-up. I'm not going to spoil the other thing. There is one other power-up. It is not very clear that it is a power-up, but we might see it. We might see it. But yeah, so this is our players trying to figure out what to do. And I'm assuming, yep, Q-Boy's gonna be a little confused, just randomly dying out of nowhere. That's because the jingle stopped. When the music stops playing, the player dies. That's your indicator that while the music's playing, you can get back in the suit if you get a power-up. If not, you toast. Now, keep in mind I've said when the music's playing, because that's important. That's an important thing, because anything that might, I don't know, modify that or change the music could theoretically be an advantage. But yeah, this is a whole bunch of like doors that lead to nowhere and all sorts of nonsense. One would expect doors might lead to forward progression, but it's very rare that it does.
I have so many questions, and I'm afraid that...
This game will answer none of them.
Exactly. I don't think there's answers to be had.
It's not even just that this game like looks not great, or plays not great. This was made by King Records. It is just programmed badly, and I don't mean to say that as by modern standards. I mean for the era. You can see the way it's loading in tiles poorly. It's just a bad engine. And that was the door that took you straight to the beginning. It can also jump you forward, but not all the way, because doors are divorced from their exits and entrances are divorced from each other.
They're not A, B, B, A doors.
Nope, they are go to a place doors. Where you go out and where you are connected to is not the same thing. I feel bad giving this out because this is one of those games where it's like, when you find someone who hasn't seen anything about it, it's amazing. Because like there's a lot of like media that's made about it. Smartball's done a run of it. It's been featured prominently in several previous Kuso games, on several previous GDQ shows. But it is just such a treat because it is so odd. It is also one of the first Kusoge games I played on stream under the previous GDQ title, Dredge Patch. But yeah, it's just an incredible, incredible game. So finding people who haven't played it is very rare. And people being careful enough to get through stages and do the things, also very rare. I mean, there's a bunch more little tricks that are gonna pop up. I can consistently get to stage 4 if I play. I have, with save states, gotten through the entire game. It is much like Ghouls and Ghosts in that once you complete one loop, you gotta do it again to get the good ending.
No, thank you.
Multiple endings.
Or I could just not.
You could just not. But where's the fun in that?
I don't know. It's starting to sound like that's the better choice.
That might actually be the better choice. You see them being very careful to avoid those weird shapes and geometry. It's a safe choice. Very safe choice.
Wait, so the doggy's happy until you stop
Yes.
attacking him?
The dog won't do anything until you jump over him. And that's the floor just breaking away. There's no indication it's a breakaway floor, it just does that. It is one of the most needlessly cruel video games I have ever had the pleasure of playing.
I don't say this lightly. I would rather play I Wanna Be the Guy.
I mean, this at least I Want to Be the Guy has repeatability. You can clear a stage and get to a save spot. This, it just you got 3 tries. You can get bonus lives. It is possible. There are also, like I said, other power-ups that are throughout the stage that can really be beneficial. It's just knowing what they are and knowing if you can touch them or not, or finding even the regular power-ups through the very odd method of landing on top of things in the right capacity.
So far, the only redeeming quality I'm seeing in this game is it's a magical girl in a mecha.
Oh, absolutely. That's how I was sold on that by the host at the time was, oh, you like magical girl stuff, right? Like, yeah. All right, this will be good for you. We've seen the encountering the first big door. Figuring out how to open that door is going to take some time. It's gonna take a little bit of effort. But it's one the players will have to overcome if they intend to get to the next stage. Oh, also, when you land too hard, you get scrunched up like that. So, like, it makes you jump shorter. So if you fall too far, you get, like, a tiny little scrunched up robo. So there is in fact a trick to opening these things up. And it involves doing something, but I can't really divulge what that is. Out of fairness.
Performing a thing.
You have to do a certain thing to make that door open. And it is entirely contingent on the player to do the thing.
Okay, I'm more confused by the fact that Cute Boy just spun and then died.
Ran out of time.
Ah.
That timer is not seconds. You see it starts at 200 and it just ticks down more like 0.75 seconds. I mean, for anyone who's never done any kind of NES coding or looked at NES memory values, it's really hard to pin down exactly 1 second per tick.
Except it just happened again. And they were at 100.
That was just being spit out the side of a door.
Oh, so just going out a door can kill you.
Sometimes, yeah. This game is inconsistent and mean.
So playing the game can kill you is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much. I'm sure we will see further progress. It's just going to take a little bit of time to figure out what is or isn't safe, and maybe, accidentally touching stuff or finding something specific. I mean, we've been taught pretty clearly that, like, in a lot of these older games, you can do certain things by jumping on things, and you can, have different interactions with things. So it's going to be a matter of figuring out some of this kind of stuff, and that's going to take just some time and experimentation. But yeah, there are very explicitly not continues. And I mean, some of the warp aheads are good. Some of the warp aheads are really good. It's really a weird game that punishes you for trying to utilize all of your tools to do things. It really is.
How dare you play the game?
How dare you try to be good at the game? Also, this is certainly music. Oh, that's a bush of stealing time.
Ah, yes. Bush is notoriously good at stealing time.
Absolutely. That's what they're known for, right? Just stealing your time away from you. Drop in the timer. And this is a classic piece of Kusogrande. It is very bewildering how it got to this point, right?
This is certainly a piece of Kusogrande.
It is one of those things where when you watch it, you see it as it is. It's just some series of choices went through the executives at King Records head saying, this game is suitable to sell to people for $60. Someone made that choice and was like, yeah, no, we can do that. We can do that. We can sell for a whole bunch of money. Oh, hey, there's one of the doors is open. Now you just gotta figure out the other one. And did you figure out what you did to get there is the question.
My response to that is, yes, I can be paid $60 to play this.
Oh, it's another one of the bars down. There we go. Oh,
No.
Respawned. Yep, the door is challenging, to say the least. There's a certain series of movements you can do to open it. But, yep, it's almost there. Just so close. I don't know if it's solid with one block, though. And that was time. That was a timeout on the last life, and it's time to start over again.
I have the benefit of not being stressed and being able to stop and analyze this, and I still don't know what's happening.
I know, right? I know. It's so there's like I said, at some point in the chain there was a decision made to make this game and do it the way they did it. And it's fascinating. I would love to have been like a fly on the wall in those conversations of just like when the developer goes in and says, you know, it really doesn't play the way we want it to. It's really hard. It doesn't feel good, and the execs were just like, so you're gonna print it, right? You're gonna send it to the board makers. Ship it. Someone thought this was acceptable to sell to children.
And then you thought that this is acceptable to make our runners play.
Yes. I wouldn't call this a nuke, but it's definitely nuke-like. It's definitely a game that, like, if you like the idea of figuring out what to do on your own without any direction and with rules that make no sense, this is the kind of game you might like. I tried to speedrun it, I could not. I mean, as a speedrunner of NES games, I could not. I had strategies for the first, like, 3 levels, and after that I'm like, this is miserable.
Note to self, do not try to speedrun this game.
So, yeah, please don't do that to yourself. You're worth more than that. Value your time, everybody. Value your time. So yeah, the weird thing about some of these things is definitely the interactions they have with the gun are not necessarily the interactions they have with everything else. And there are certain ways you can interact with things that might be a bit better. Oh, that's right, there's the gravity thing. That's right, there's a certain bit where light might grab you and throw you. Those are just locations that do those things.
Wait, so gravity can just decide to kill you because gravity?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And not because there's a pit, just gravity happens.
Yep. Oh, we have the first clearing of the door, and we had to jump into the portal, and we have an advance to the next stage. You might have noticed the whole death thing that happened, or the loss of the suit right at the end there, right?
Yes.
There are more mysteries to our end stage portals you'll all see momentarily. Also, crush damage is a thing. Crush damage is absolutely a thing. Also, barracudas. This unaccompanied child running through a weird alien vista. I will say, Strafe getting to stage 2 with that many lives is pretty good. But yeah, shooting those things, it breaks them, but it also knocks the top one over directly on top of you. There are, again, barracudas in that water. Space magic barracudas. And not getting hit here is very hard, even if you know what you're doing. So now we're gonna sit more barracudas. And like, you just look at some of these tile sets, like very clearly some of these are just unfinished. Or like they were gonna build like more unique ends to them and they just didn't. You can see sprites visually glitching out as you go. It's not just that it's just poorly designed and it is poorly coded. It's not clear either. I do have a manual, and the manual is not super clear on a lot of things, although it is all in Japanese, so my understanding of it might be a little fuzzier than if it were in the natural language. But yeah, if it were in the language I could read, rather. However, the entire game is in English. For a Japanese-only release, everything is written in English.
That's not super rare.
It's not super rare, but it is one of those things that makes it very playable for, you know, North American audiences.
This is, however...
Oh, you see that ship floating off the top, by the way? The little, like, thing at the top? That's a warp. If you can get up to that ship fast enough, you can warp. But like I said, we've already instructed our players not to do that, because that would be against the rules.
I thought this was a game about breaking rules.
This is a game about breaking all of the wrong rules. That doesn't make any sense. What I mean is, this is a game about abiding the rules that we set, but not the rules of the game. We did see. Oh, we've seen Cute Boy pick up a power-up that is going to give him the spread shot. That is a huge boost. There's certain points where the screen won't wrap back either. No, it's not easy to do that. You can go through doors to get through those wraps as well. But trying to figure out how you get the power-ups is really the hard part, right? Like, that's the big thing. And, like, we still haven't found anyone who's figured out how to get back into the power suit. Can we see some progress out of this without dying? Nope, that's the falling shingles. I mean, they kind of look like roof shingles a little bit, like all the crap fell off from the ceiling. This is actually the first of a series of games.
Do the other ones get better?
The other ones are substantially better. They're both Game Boy games called The Adventures of Star Saber and The Adventures of Rubble Saber. Both of them are really good games, and they are played from the perspective of the brother that you save in the first game.
So you play as the brother in the sequels?
Yes.
Okay.
Play as the brother in the sequels, and he's got his own power suit and his own little things he can do. It is different. Let's see if Cute Boy can figure out how to get through these doors. And what the strategy is here.
Shout out to Magical Bros.
Magical boys with the robots. But yeah, he's got his own little robot thingy. You see him riding in. He's got like a special power-ups he can get. We were about to see Cube Boy just yeet off the stage due to not being in a suit. And done. Again, it's tied directly to the music. We see Strafe is back at stage 2, still doing more things. There's so much going on with this. Yeah, and that's, if you get hit on one of those platforms while you're going across, it's over. It's completely over. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. Like I said, there are mysteries to be found on the first stage still, different things one might acquire and things to learn about. Our players have acquired a substantial portion of knowledge, but not enough really to figure out all of the most important things. There are things to learn, and it's one of those things where once you figure out a few specific mechanics, getting further becomes a little bit easier. But it's being able to recognize and pull off those things that's quite difficult.
I don't know. I'm staring at this and I still haven't figured out a single mechanic.
Well, okay, I mean, we can. It's one of those things where there's a few specific things. Okay, that is exactly what we want to see. Cube Boy just found out how to get. Now has confirmed how to get power-ups.
You jump on the fruit.
We have 30 minutes left in our run, by the way. If you jump on that ball, it will spawn power-ups. So jumping on the ball is incredibly important and incredibly useful. Only certain ones will do it, the pink ones. The others are not great. And again, I've said there are power-ups in this stage. There is actually another power-up in this stage that is not related to the fruits. And I'm not going to divulge it, just in case our contestants up there can hear me talking. My voice does have a tendency to carry, and that's an unfortunate right into the side. But yeah, getting to the end of this stage with your suit is very important. And Strafe is now doing the strategy that I tend to employ with a lot of this, which is just run as fast as you can. And Strafe is trying to take down that last door. There we go, and onto the portal. And again, losing the suit by jumping into the portal. And that's deeply unfortunate. Strafe didn't make it into the portal. Now it's figuring out why Strafe didn't make it into the portal.
The problem is I think I figured that part out.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is I still don't know how to lower the doors.
Lowering the doors is definitely a tricky thing. It is not explained. The portal itself is a very interesting mechanic. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. I mean, okay, you can look at this and say, I don't know why they thought any of this was a good idea. But yeah, so we're seeing Strafe has clearly figured out how to do the door mechanic. The next thing we're gonna have to see is Strafe gonna figure out how to do the other thing, this particular portal, and again, just immediately dying to the portal. And okay, Strafe got through that time. It is a matter of figuring out when you can go into the portal, if it's safe to go into the portal or not. It is definitely a harder thing to figure out. There's clearly some knowledge difference between the two players. Cute Boy figuring out the avoiding the gravity situation, and still trying to figure out how to get these doors down. With a good 60 rocket seconds to figure it out. Oh, it's so close, and into the portal with power-ups and the suit, so that's higher point value. Too bad points don't matter. This isn't like our arcade game from yesterday. We do not care about the points. What we do is we care about stage progression. So both people have made it to stage 2. I'm sort of keeping track mentally how far they've gotten into these stages. We might see a clear of stage 2. I don't know that we will, given the horrendous nature of this stage and how difficult it can be. Again, our players are figuring out some of the tricks of the rocket, but it's not abundantly clear how some of them work and when they have certain things or how they can activate those certain things. For me, it was spending I want to say like 3 or 4 hours playing this game just trying to figure stuff out. But you know, it's always a good time. Always a good time trying to learn more about games as you go. But we are still seeing there's that thing, that music playing for Cube Boy. If there is a way to interrupt that music, you can get it to restart and give you more time. But it's figuring out how. There's only certain things that will do it, but it is entirely possible to get more time. It's not normal either. It's not one of those things you can do easily. It's a very happenstance kind of thing. And you can, in fact, get back into the suit. But you gotta figure out how. Which could be a very important thing for people. I mean, if they're trying to advance, oh, that's rough. That's incredibly rough. And into the drink Strafe goes. All right, so I believe we've gotten to the point where Strafe has gotten to the second set of those drifting platforms. And that is the high water mark as it is right now. So we are going with furthest progress in stage for this. Not necessarily going through who gets to the stage first, because that would be too locked in. It's really distance in the stage. And if it really comes down to it, I will go back, watch through the VOD, and make sure we get this absolutely perfect for our ruling. But so far, Strife is in the lead. It's not as clear as some of our other games, but it is one of those games. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, and I use incredible in the oh, that's you can't stand on it like that after you jump on it. Doesn't work out so well.
So you have to jump on the fruit.
Yes.
Except you can't jump on the fruit. And you have to finish the game, except you have to do more than just finish the game.
Yeah.
And you have to open the door to go through the door to jump into the portal, except when you can't jump through the portal.
Yep.
And you have to stay in the suit, except you die if you're not in the suit.
Yep.
And you die if the music stops, but you can make the music just not stop.
Yes. These are all accurate statements. You're nailing it. You got it. Don't look at me like that.
And how am I looking at you, Gray?
Disappointed. Disappointed and borderline angry. I can just tell. I can just tell from the look. So we're still seeing good progress. Our players are definitely figuring out certain things. The geometric shapes are definitely there to kind of throw you off a little bit. There might be, I'm just gonna throw that out there, there might be a little more to some of these things than they're expecting. But again, trying to figure out how to open that door was already a lot of work. And again, still trying to figure out when it's okay to go in that portal. And there we go. It looks like
I think Strife figured it out.
Figured it out. Yeah, just to kind of cover. Yeah, there is a certain point when you can enter, and I'm not going to say what it is, just in case Cube Boy has not figured it out yet. There are times when it's safe to enter, times it is not safe to enter. You'll have to figure out which. But yeah, the gun is kind of a mixed bag of things, right? The regular standard gun, not the easiest thing to work with. It's one bullet. It doesn't really do all that much, and you can get a power up that gives you 3. They all count as hostile interactions, so for the purposes of certain things, it will cause bad things to happen. Q-Boy is still trying desperately to figure out what specifically opens these gates and how it works.
Why did it open in that order?
If it's based on it, yeah, not gonna say what it specifically is again because we want to make sure people can't hear us. But yeah, the gate opening is a little difficult to do, and it's not intuitive. All right, we are still watching on Strife's side. Strife is getting back to the point where they initially fell off on the second platform set. Okay, so that is the geometric square. What the square does is it grabs you and it pulls you along. It just grabs you and pulls. And they bounce pretty quick, so they can bounce you off the side of platforms. Squares are not your friend. Not all geometry is created equal, my friends, but squares, they don't like people hanging around them. They mostly want to be left alone. Ooh, Barracuda. The Barracuda's jumping up there. I mean, like these are space Barracudas. So this is our second set for the rocks. There is more to come along this way, but yeah, getting through that quite difficult. The Barracudas there are dangerous, but jumping early is the way to do it. So we're past that point, that high water mark, and then we got there a little bit ago. But yeah, it's gonna be a matter of getting past the square at this point, because the square is what took out Strafe last time. Getting past that means the end of this, the end of our original high watermark and past to the next section. So that is officially progress. Strife is still in the lead. Q-Boy's still trying to figure out. Q-Boy's doing a strategy that I tend to employ in a lot of these games, where it's take your time, figure out what you're doing, figure out how to maximize, and then go for the big push. Unfortunately, with this game, there's a whole lot of push for progression by just learning the stages and memorizing things. The stages themselves are all just designed to hurt you. There's the triangle, and another juke on the triangle. And that's the end of that life. We still got 2 lives left.
Good progress, though. Strife.
Excellent progress, and I mean, you start with 2 lives. Having 2 lives there is sort of, I think you start with 3 lives, rather, yeah. But we've seen Strife die a couple times in the stage that still has 2 lives. So there might, in fact, be a mechanic for getting lives that might not be outwardly open. I wish I had some contemporary reviews of this game from Japanese publications when it came out, but I haven't been able to find any. So yeah, the triangle is a bit of a mystery still. We haven't seen what it does. We've just seen it explode into slugs. That's definitely a sentence. All right, there we go. We're gonna pop through that. And it looks like got a little bit of a crush injury, like a Sonic game. Nobody likes that. Nobody's a fan of that. So this is now just a race against time. That was another warp.
No!
Just at the end there, got to the end of the stage, but died to the portal. Dying to the exit of a stage. That really hurts. It's definitely got some feeling about it, right?
Yes, dying does in fact generally hurt.
I mean, dying to the end of the stage. Just you see it, it's right there. That is some absolute style right there.
That is impressive.
Those are some dodges. Dodging around at the speed of sound. I'm gonna see how many times I can say that phrase throughout all of Kuso. I've said it twice now. Oh, we found a P-block, but went off stage, so it's no longer there. That might be good, that might be bad. We'll never know.
Did you just say a people lock?
P-block, a block with a letter P on it.
Okay, I was very confused.
I could see. All right, so at the end of the stage, trying to figure out when it's safe to jump in. It's not abundantly clear. There we go! On to stage 3. Strife has made more progress. Q-Boy is still trying to get a little bit more progress in stage 1. And there is again, there's still a lot left to be learned about this game. A lot of things that are just not outwardly apparent.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to the sand stage, where it just sucks you into the sand sometimes. It just does it. We kind of want to not touch the sand as much as possible. At least that's been my experience of it. But I mean, good luck with that. There's a lot of places where you can't avoid it. This particular stage has a very tight timer. And that's one of the most important things, is to make sure you don't... Oh, we've seen our first encounter of the music blocks. You've got music notes. And got sucked into the ground. It's fine, don't worry about it. When you are short, your jump is short. So it's a good idea to make sure you're not short when trying to traverse terrain too much. And we got another triangle, which turns into slugs. Everyone knows about suspension bridges, right, Al? Those bridges they raise for ships, it's like that, only random, and sometimes they fall down. I mean, the fact that we've seen Stage 3 at all is a genuine surprise. Now, do you touch the thing that's there? Is it okay to touch? Should you touch it? You shouldn't touch it. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, and you should stay away from it.
It's dangerous to go alone. You shouldn't touch this.
Exactly. So again, we've seen the music blocks, music notes. We haven't seen what happens when you touch the music notes, though. Again, this game was put up by King Records. Not that that makes any difference. I just like saying that. Oh, we've seen our first enemy that transforms into a worse enemy. And shooting it made it meaner. Just makes it a little taller.
To be fair, shooting at me also makes me meaner.
Okay, so we've now seen our high water mark be across that second bridge. There's also these, again, steam gusts or whatever it is, or steam vents, that when you hit them, they tend to take away a little bit of your time. We're also gonna have to wait for those blocks to come back and to go around them. Oh, and we're stuck in a waiting period again. Eventually they'll show back up, right? They've got to show back up. There they are. You see Cube Boy right now trying desperately to figure out when it's safe to go in, and Cube Boy goes on to stage 2 for a repeat entry to that stage. Hopefully we will see some progress. Welcome to another thing that steals all of your time. Just a bunch of time. Anytime you touch any of those projectiles, those sorts of things, it tries to steal your time. Oh, so close. Yeah, there we go, stage 4. I was not expecting this. This is absolutely incredible play. And 2 lives to boot, so we are gonna see a little more progress through this. The high water mark is now stage 4. And that is directly in the drink. And just remember, we've gotten so far, it's taken so much effort, and when you lose that last life, it's over. You gotta start all over again, but there's knowledge to be had. There's things to learn, and this is where it starts really punishing you for taking your time. So, like, the game teaches you it's a good time to think about things, do stuff, right? And, oh, yep, the moon just blew up. The moon just blew up and broke the suit. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. We have 15 minutes left in this match, so if pushes are gonna happen, they gotta happen soon. Especially with a game with resets like this and with progress of stage 4. It's one of the more impressive pushes we've seen. Hopefully, and this is something that Cube Boys just learned, you don't have to shoot those blocks, you can just climb the outside of them. But unfortunately, that's where we're left with a bit of a loss of the suit, which is a problem. Unfortunately. Nobody likes that when it happens, but you know, you gotta deal with it. And Strife is back in stage 1. Hopefully we will see someone get back to stage 4. It is difficult to do. But yeah, this game is absolutely... The thing I've also noticed too, Strife hasn't done the power-up thing at this point. So getting power-ups is still one of those advantages right now that Cube Boy has. And that comes from sitting and learning the game, figuring out the stuff, but also, I mean, the progress, you don't really need power-ups for progress. They make certain things easier, but not enough to make a huge difference. Again, we're looking for something that could possibly reset the music on that. And no one's found it yet. No, there's a couple of, there's like one specific way I know of to do it. And I'm not going to say anything more about how to do it. Let's just say, though, it's not super intuitive. And I'm going to throw it out. I've said this call out a couple times. There is another power-up for them to get they haven't found yet. It's out there somewhere. It's just figuring out how to get it. And like, honestly, it's not even that tricky. It's just doing something you were taught never to do. Because, you know, that's how all the best games work, right? You just do stuff you're told not to do. And that's how you win. All right, we see Stripe moving on to stage 2 again. Or, yeah, there we go. Looked like it froze for a second there. But that's the Miracle Robin experience, everybody. Oh, lost the suit right at the end, but I think Cute Boy can make it through. Just gotta get those gates open. Oh, close, very close to opening. Very, very close, almost. It's like you got a good like 50% of it figured out. There's just a little bit to it. Oh, it's so rough. That's the end of that, unfortunately. The music ended. Strife is making swift work getting back to stage 4. Figuring out all the basic stuff that needs to do. So it needs doing. Oh, and unfortunately Strife lost his suit and immediately just took a jump in the drink. There is a mechanic for recovering. It's just figuring out how. And it's not intuitive at all. But that is really the core of this game, right? Unintuitive, ridiculous. So what are your thoughts? What are your general thoughts on the game?
I think that this game is absolutely unintuitive. I have so many design questions.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why they made a lot of decisions that they did, and I don't like that it's, even from like a viewer perspective, having seen Strife succeed as much as Strife has, he has beaten a bunch of stages, and I don't know how he's done half the things he's done.
Oh yeah, and that's part of the core of the experience with this is that it is, and we talked about this earlier in the idea of like learning things about games to get better at doing, you know, Kusogrande. This game is the quintessential example of unintuitive gameplay, and you can figure it out if you spend enough time working at it, but it is the far extreme end of there are hidden mechanics for days that are important to know. And we can see like these doors. There's no reason these doors should not be directly connected. They should have disconnected inputs and outputs. But they do, and there's no reason for it at all. The developer of this game, I don't believe that they made any games previous to this, and it very, very clearly shows that they did not really have the depth of knowledge to make a game that wasn't a little not great. That didn't make some very sizable mistakes. I mean, Cute Boy has figured out how to get here pretty swiftly and knows how to get power-ups. But hasn't quite figured out that middle door. There we go.
I still haven't figured out the middle door.
We've gotten far enough in that I think it's fine to just say out loud what's happening. If you're jumping on the squares, you jump on the first one, the middle one twice, and that'll open the doors, those two doors. You just keep jumping until those two doors open, then you jump to the second one and jump a couple times.
Okay, but we've had times where it opens the first one, and there's been times where it opens the second one.
Yeah.
What determines which one it opens? So there's no logic to it.
I don't know personally what it is. I'm sure there is logic. I just don't know what it is. Also, you might notice that some of these things have different color palettes sometimes, like those rocks. The rocks on Cute Boy's side were just differently colored than the ones on Strife's side. That's because of how it loads in color palettes for enemies and objects. They share sort of a space. So you can get basically any object to appear in any color palette.
That's not concerning.
It's not great. And that is a power box. I believe that's just bonus points if you can figure out how to open it up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there. You jump on it a bit. It creates that little bridge there. And gives you some bonus points.
And that's it.
That's it. It's not really useful. They had ideas, they just didn't know how to execute on them.
You get whose line points.
Pretty much. Okay, we see Strife to the end of stage 2 again, and has clearly figured out how to get into the portal. Entering with a suit gives you 5,000 points. Entering with the girl gives you 3,000 points. So,
Not that it matters.
not that it really matters. I mean, they are for one-ups, but it's not going to be a huge difference. You're not going to get a bunch of points during the stage that really make the difference between this game and between being able to succeed or fail in this game. But yeah, this is the Miracle Roppet experience. I hope everybody was ready to rop it.
No, I was not. And I don't think I'll be ready after this match either.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You really should get ready to rop it.
I really don't want to.
But I mean, it's what you do.
No. This is what you made them do. I'm electing not. I'm happy I'm watching this so that I am now disqualified from racing this game.
Oh yeah. We're seeing Strife make a very hard push to get through to the end. It is entirely possible to do it from here, but it's okay. You got hit by the sound waves from the ship on the sand. Those are words. And again, we start the stage. But this is it's one of those things where I think this game I have it's very near and dear to my heart because it is one of the seminal pieces of proper NES Kusogame. It is incredibly bad. It feels bad. It looks bad. It's confusing and a gigantic mess, and it hurts to play a little bit. Yeah, only a little. That's a fair comment. Yeah, not only a little. It hurts a lot to play. That is a warp out. That is a warp out. The player was instructed not to take warps. That is one of the warps. So unfortunately, Strife is going to have to do a reset there. Again, we've informed players not to do warps. If you catch those ships, it will create one of those warp doors. You can go through that.
I didn't even see the ship.
Yeah, it spawned in right at the top. And I can kind of understand why going after, but yeah, anything that is going to jump you forward like an end world gate that is not where it should be, that would be considered a warp. We did see Cute Boy make it to stage 2. Again, this is going to be a couple more pushes, and then I think we're kind of cementing in the end right now. Strife is still very far in the lead with the 4 stages. Although Cute Boy can make a push to get through and has a substantial number of lives, and the Barracuda's got him. Our magical space Barracudas from another world that is approximately 80 years in the future from now, ish, maybe, kind of. We don't know. It's 2100 in space on an alien planet. They didn't have to include the date. I don't know why they did. Like, it could just be any alien world right now, but no. And maybe it's trying to explain why she's got a robot suit?
And we still haven't figured out how to get back in it.
How to get back in it is not super clear. There's a bunch of reasons why it's not clear. And it's unfortunate, really. So, I mean, to get back into the suit, I think it's fine to divulge that at this point. Getting back in the suit is going and getting a power-up as the girl and taking it back to the suit. Which, again, doesn't really help you because you don't have a lot of time out of the suit. And we've only got 5 minutes left in this run, so this is going to be a couple, maybe one more push to see if we can get progress. Otherwise, Strife's going to walk away with this one. So if Cute Boy wants to make a comeback, he's going to have to push real hard. Oh, that was unfortunate spawning on the Barracuda. So the spawning is also pretty inconsistent. It's been pretty clear throughout the entirety of this run that your position on screen dictates certain things happening, but the tiles don't always line up the way they're supposed to, so sometimes things spawn in incorrectly. That's why we get different color palettes popping into things. We get a lot of like tiles not looking correct. I mean, we've all seen Nest Shank and things not look correct, but you can clearly see everything glitching, even past where you would have like your cutoff for extra space on a CRT.
I do like that Cube Boy seems to have down which doors teleport you forward, at least.
Oh yeah, that's an important step for getting through this stage quickly.
Cube Boy partially through the way to like having at least an IL for this stage, if nothing else.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. This stage as a whole is one of the hardest things to start with. It's actually, I would say, harder than stage 2. Stage 2, you have to memorize a little bit more, but it's not quite as simple. Oh, and the door's open. And we wait for the portal to be open, and
there
on
we go.
To the next stage. Yeah, so we are we're quickly approaching the end here. We got a couple minutes left. I'm not necessarily sure Q-Boy's going to be able to get there in time, but it is a valiant effort. Very close to the end here. But yeah, this has been Miracle Rapid, everybody. This has been one of those games that once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. It's just kind of here. Oh, yeah, you gotta jump on top of it and jump off of it, and that's what spawns the power-ups. But yeah, there are certain things you can jump on top of, certain things you can't, since it will make absolutely no difference now. The triangle that I was pointing out, sort of a little bit here and there, that triangle is actually invincibility. It's just a straight-up invincibility, and on top of that, it resets the music that's playing. Which means if you get that invincibility when you're the child, not only do you get the full duration of the invincibility where you don't die, and you're invincible, but it resets the music for her death animation, her death loop. So you can use that triangle, specifically in Stage 2, to kind of continue going through. There are a couple places where you can maximize the usage of triangle to, if you lose the suit, continue on.
You mean the tumbling triangle?
Yeah, those tumbling triangles. Those are invincibility.
Do you treat it as a power-up, jump on it?
Touch it.
Just touch it?
You just touch it.
I mean, no.
So there's really no indication as to why those exist. It's just points. Just a couple extra points. And how it spawns in, kind of a mystery. There we go. And we see Strife make it on to Stage 3 again. We've made more progress. Well, not really more progress. We've made more progress towards a push to make progress. That's certainly a way to put it.
That is a sentence.
That is certainly a sentence. And let me just take a quick look here. Yep. Rounding out our last minute of play, I don't think we're going to see any progress made here, but our competitors are still absolutely pushing it, and it's fantastic to see. I love perseverance in games. It's always fun. And yeah, for our main competition, if you all are interested, look up Kusogrande 9. You'll be able to find information online, get you into the tournament. Kusogrande 9 is running right now, so you can view it online. If you want to be in the next Kusogrande, you can set up for our Discord server, where it will provide you information about joining the next tournament. That is going to be really fun when that happens. We're currently still in the group stages of our existing tournament. And we're looking forward to seeing more people show up, more people to support it, and more people who are interested in playing in it. And we take people of all skill levels. That's how it works. You can be a great video game player, you can be a casual video game player. We'll take anybody. I think we're just about there.
We're nearing the point. We've got 3, 2, 1. Time!
All right, there we go. That is the end of that run. Thank you for our players who were up there. It was a heck of a run. Y'all did great for a game that is that miserable. If you're interested in watching more of this, we're going to be here for the rest of the week. We'll be doing more runs. Tomorrow we will have our second set of groups. We'll be doing the 4 more 2-on-2 head-to-heads, followed by our semifinals, and then our finals on Friday. So, yeah, feel free to stop on by, take a look, and tune in for that. Thank y'all for watching.